One in her career, including back-to-back scores at Worcester and Ashland. Fastest clocking is at Delaware as a 2-year-old in 2 minutes. And the fourth race, which I don't think got out, we had It's Not Easy and Jason Thompson. Scott Cox picked up the victory, and Viva Magenta, Rosie Weaver, and Drew Neal were second. So they were 3-5 across the wire. 3-5, 1-2 in that fourth race.
And that fourth race did go in 2-2 and 3. Looks like they are headed to the gate. Busy afternoon for Drew Neal. He's been in every race so far.
And he hasn't finished off the exacta yet.
That's right.
Dinner on Drew Neal. All right, Trotters, $3,277. They're behind the Webkenberg starting gate. Here's Doug Ballinger.
It's 5 on gate with the Trader. They're all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Now stride to 4, Whispering Breeze. They were off then, Trotting. That's a long way. Sent right to the front. Caliel to the outside of Long Way. Green Hill Spurs, the inside third. Between horses, Speed of an Angel comes out in fourth on the outside. Just a Classic is cast wide and trailing the field. Whispering Breeze as he trot down the backside for the first time. Caliel, Hank Levan show the way. A Long Way will take the 2-hole trip. Speed of an Angel next in third. Fourth is Green Hill Spurs racing fifth. Just a Classic and trailing the field. Whispering Breeze, straight alignment. They're at the quarter. Caliel's on a 3-length lead as they move into the turn. A Long Way right there second. Trotting third. Speed of an Angel by the quarter, 29 3/5. Green Hill Spurs racing fourth. Just a Classic trots fifth and trailing the field. Whispering Breeze as they pass the stand for the first time and come on over to the half. Top of the field, Caliel the leader by 2. A Long Way right there second. Speed of an Angel trotting third. Green Hill Spurs fourth. Fifth at the halfway point is Just a Classic and trailing the field. Whispering Breeze, field of trotters past the half. They're into the turn. Halfway home in a minute and a fifth. They're on their way to the 5/8. Caliel has the lead by 2. A Long Way getting that 2-hole trip. Chipping to the outside. Speed of an Angel third. Green Hill Spurs fourth. Just a Classic fifth. Whispering Breeze trails the field. Across the backside they go. Caliel has them by 3. A Long Way second. To the outside of A Long Way. Speed of an Angel set to come 3 wide. Green Hill Spurs now fourth on the outside. Just a Classic is fifth. Trailing the field. Whispering Breeze at the 3/4 and 1:33 and 1. Little better than 1/8 of a mile to trot. It's Caliel by 4 lengths. A Long Way racing second. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Green Hill Spurs on the outside third. Final 16th to trot. The leader, Caliel. It's Caliel and Hank Levan to take the first division of the 3-year-old filly trot. Hometown at Colt Stake. Green Hill Spurs second. A Long Way home third. The mile 2:02, 2/5.
Well, there was no second-itis for Caliel in that race. She's had a little bit of it in her career.
Yes.
16 seconds from 44 starts with only 2 wins, but she got to the front. Picks up the victory for Hank Levan, 3-year-old What the Hill filly.
And a new lifetime mark.
A new lifetime mark.
So I got Debbie said, no sound I can hear now, so we're not sure. We hope that everything's good, but as I said, we are having trouble staying connected to the internet here, so just hold on with us. The internet is the internet and the sound systems are I think are our 2 biggest problems. And neither one we can do a whole lot about, so it's
Yeah, a lot of it's out of our control.
Yeah, it's kind of the way it is.
We get, and the thing, people watching online, we get just as frustrated as you do watching at home because we want it to work and present a good show. So,
yeah.
It frustrates all of us when it doesn't work either.
Especially these guys over here that are trying to get us on. That's
the 3 won the 4th race.
stand. Winner circle sponsored by that kind of a mineral. Number 3, Kelly L. She's a 3 obey Philip off the L. Out of Sandy Song Claudius. Her second of the season. She's owned by the Levan Stables. Megan Levan and M.L. Perry and E. Perry of Ohio. Hank Levan trains and drives the winner, Callie L. Her second win of this season. This race sponsored by Crystal Springs Stable.
Coming up on the 6th, yeah.
Green Hill Spurs, 2. Number 2 at a long way, 3. 3 Callie L, the winner. Number 4 Whispering Breeze, 6. 5 Just a Classic, 4. 5 Speed of an Angel, 5. Mile 202, 2 fifths. 29 and 3, a minute and a fifth, 130 and 1 fifth. Top down 2, 3, 1, 6, 4, 5 on the bottom. 6th race coming up in about 12 minutes. A field of 5. Number 4, Extra Sweet, will be driven by Emmanuel Miller. Emmanuel Miller will drive the 4 Extra Sweet in the 6th.
Well, if you noticed in the winner's circle, the young guy at the head of the horse holding Callie L was David Justice, and he's got a drive in the 14th. Today, David is one of our Terry Holton youth drivers, so it's nice to see him getting another drive in a stake race.
Yeah, oh man, what for Burton? Dave Bianconi made me laugh because of David Justice, but not the old Cleveland Indians outfielder. A different David Justice.
A different one, yeah. So that is 6 in the books, or 5 in the books. 6 coming up. 2-year-old Philly Pacers, first division, going for a purse of $4,447. We got 5 in it. 1 driver changed the driver on the 4 Extra Sweet to Manny Miller. We will be back after just a few messages.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead's sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
So we are back here at Dover, the Tuscarwaras County Fair. You just heard from Scott Mogan, our OHHA president. He was on the broadcast a couple different times this week at Delaware, once early in the week and later on. He got to present the Little Brown Jug Trophy, he and Frank. So that's pretty big honor, I think, to be standing there with the governor to present the trophy. Kudos to Scott for all he's doing and all of our hardworking OHHA board of directors. These people work really, really hard for everyone. They make a lot of decisions. Some I know people don't like, but the vast majority are great working people, and they make good decisions that are for the good of all. And like I said, if you saw how hard they work, you'd appreciate them very much.
It was great to hear Governor DeWine talking too about how important Delaware is, how important the agriculture is, and it just shows how strong harness racing is in Ohio, and it's a really great place to race and breed and have all these county fairs, and just a place you want to have if you're going to be in the horse business. Ohio, and it's probably Ohio and Kentucky are the two places you want to be right now. So we're fortunate enough to be in one of those two states. Because coming from New York, I've said this before, but there was really the county fair racing there. There was maybe a dozen fairs that did them, and the races were 2 and 3 horse fields. You know, there were 20 horses for 6 races. So to come here where you have 70, 80 horses on a day, and then come back tomorrow with 70 or 80 new horses is just it's incredible how many horses we have that compete. Yeah,
and you got to give a great shout out of appreciation to the fair boards who keep us going at every one of these fairs. I mean, it's nice because at a lot of the fair boards there's still a horseman on there, but some of them don't have that anymore. So the local people love it, and they want to keep it going.
So I was looking for the track records in here. I can't find the pace record, but the trot record it's Global Girl in 157 and 1.
Okay. So the horses are gathered in the turn, so we'll turn it over to Doug Ballinger for the post parade of the 6th.
On the track for the 6th race. The first division at Hometown and Colt Stake for 2-year-old filly pacers. $4,447. Stone Creek Stable Blanket. Number 3, Fearful Ginger, will not be in the post parade. Will be out shortly due to broken equipment. The 3 will be out shortly. These are the horses. Number 1 is VH Goldie with David Young the second. Number 2, Hurricane Handley, Alex Hawk drives. 3, Fearful Ginger, Drew Neal will be out shortly. 4, Extra Sweet with Emmanuel Miller. And number 5, Stone Creek Girl, Nick Clegg in the sulky. Horse will take 1 score and go to the gate. Make it a long score. Win, play, show. Exacta trifecta on the 6. Note the 3 will be out shortly.
Okay, so we'll take a look at the horses in this race. VH Goldie and David Young the second from the rail for Tim Van Horn. Tim trains and owns this Dancing Yankee filly. She's out of a rock and roll dance mare, Dancing Treasure. 9 starts out of 13, 9 wins out of 13 starts this year, including back-to-back-to-back wins at McConnellsville, Marietta, and Caldwell. Fastest mile, though, was at Piketon in 57 and 3.
2, Hurricane Hadley, Alex Hawk driving for Stephen Harris and Madison Hochstetler. 2-year-old filly by the Ponderosa out of the Feelin' Frisky mare, Feelin' Like Doc. This is a homebred for Madison. 0 for 11 in her career. She's hit the board in 3 of the 11 tries, and she's made $8,800, so she's averaging about $900 a start. Fastest clocking that we can see is 2:06 and 1 at Caldwell.
Fearful Ginger, she will be, she is out on the track now. Drew Neal drives for David Warren's staff, who trains and owns a Fear the Dragon filly out of a Shady Shark Hanover mare, Ginger Shark. 4 starts on the year, 1 second and a couple of thirds. Was second her last start back at Ashland, where she paced in 2 minutes and 4/5.
4's Extra Sweet, driver changed Manny Miller for Corey DeArmond in the Cap Equine Estates. She's a 2-year-old filly by Down by the Seaside out of the Cam Luck mare Tea Time. 2 for 4 in her young career. Back-to-back wins at Worcester and Ashland. 2 minutes, 3/5. She's taken a step forward in every start, and now it's her 5th start as a freshman, $25,000 Lexington purchase.
And the Clegg team has Stone Creek Girl, Nick, Betty, and Kimber. This is a Pet Rock filly out of Proven Lover mare, proven to be bad. 20 starts this year, 4 wins. Most recent win was at Canton in 2-4 and 4. Her fastest win at Bucyrus in 2-2 and 1. Already earned over $23,000 this year.
This is a treat for me. I never get to see Nick drive. He always turns it over to the young guys, but Nick's going behind the wings here.
You're right. He has been, and kudos to him for giving all those young guys a chance to drive. It's I think he told somebody, he says, "Well, I've done it all, so why not give the new guys a chance?"
Matt Stone said on Facebook that Susan's a rock star. 5 days of Delaware and 1 at Dover. I did 3 days of Delaware, and now I can't move. So.
I feel like I'm a little fumbly with my words, though.
Well, it's not just 1 at Dover because you're back tomorrow.
Back tomorrow, yeah.
So is that 7 straight days for you? Did you do anything on Saturday before Delaware?
Yeah, well, we set up.
So 8 straight days.
Yeah.
Susan's been hard at work. Here's the field for the 6th. They're behind the gate. Here's Doug Ballinger.
$447 are all in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Beaver off and pacing that Stone Creek girl sent right to the front on the far outside. Extra sweet on the inside. Field of Pacers into the turn. VH Goldie comes out in third. Racing fourth, Hurricane Hadley and Fearful Ginger, the early trader early on at the opening 8th. Nick Clegg and Stone Creek girl will guide him up the backside. Leading the way, Extra Sweet will get that 2-hole trip. Break of 2 to VH Goldie third. Racing fourth, Hurricane Hadley and trailing the field. Fearful Ginger straight alignment at the opening quarter. Stone Creek girl, the 2-year-old Bay filly, but Pet Rock looking for her 5th of the season leads the way. They race around the turn by the opening quarter. 30 2/5. The 2-hole trip belongs to Extra Sweet. Racing third, VH Goldie. 2 back to Hurricane Hadley and trailing the field. Fearful Ginger straight alignment. No movement to go after Stone Creek girl. They pass the stand for the first time. Extra Sweet right there second. VH Goldie moves to the outside for David Young the second, moving up now third. Hurricane Hadley fourth. On the outside, Fearful Ginger. They're halfway home into the turn. To the 5/8 they go at the half in 1:02. Showing the way, Stone Creek girl on the outside. Racing second is VH Goldie. Down the backside they go. Racing third up the inside. Hurricane Hadley on the outside. Fearful Ginger fourth. Continuing to trail the field. Hurricane Hadley. 3 in, 2 out. We got a new leader. It's VH Goldie as they move into the turn. Here comes Fearful Ginger and Drew Neal on the outside. Moving into the turn. Stone Creek girl racing third. Extra Sweet on the outside fourth. At the 3/4 mark in 1:32. Little better than 1/8 of a mile to pace. VH Goldie has the lead. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Extra Sweet is coming after that leader. VH Goldie. Here comes Extra Sweet charging on the outside. Extra Sweet. VH Goldie. It's VH Goldie, Extra Sweet, and Fearful Ginger. $2:01, 1/5.
$2:01 and 1.
2:01 and 1. David Young the second.
VH Goldie 10 of 14, and their other starts were seconds. I mean, she said 1/5 place, and that was in a Buckeye Stallion series where she paced in 55 and 3. So, gosh, this horse is. Well, she was second in the Buckeye at Delaware, pacing 55 flat.
Yeah, I'm guessing she probably isn't going to have enough points to make the Buckeye final with just that second. I mean, I don't know if she won one off the card, but
right.
That's a good race at Delaware. 55, 28 and 4 last quarter, and it looked like she kind of was buried back in the back for a while and maybe just didn't shake free soon enough to potentially win it. But she did win here, and she's now won 4 of her last 5 on the fair circuit. So we'll see VH Goldie in a couple weeks in Northfield.
We will. I'm going to check.
I'm going to put Susan on the spot on the standings.
I'm going to go check.
2-year-old pacing fillies. Just a $7,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. She was actually bred by Eddie Miller of Ohio. So
She
Eddie and Kurt had this horse originally as a yearling.
she was sitting third. So that was as of before Delaware started. So we will have to see. Let's see if she's where she is in the Buckeye.
Winner's Circle, year one of the sixth race, the first division, hometown at Colt Stake. 2-year-old filly pays for $4,447. Number 1, VH Goldie. She's a 2-year-old bay filly, but Dancing Yankee out of the Rock and Roll Dance Mare. Dancing Treasure. 10th win in 14 tries this year for VH Goldie. Number Tim Van Horn, Malta, Ohio. Van Horn trains David Young the second in the sulky. The mile, 2:01, 1/5. Results are official. Number 1, VH Goldie, the winner. Number 2, Hurricane Hadley, 5. 3, Fearful Ginger, 3. 4, Extra Sweet, 2. 5, Stone Creek Girl, 4. The mile, 2:01, 1/5. 30 2/5, 102, 132. 153, 2, 4 on the bottom.
7th race is up next, a field of 5.
Win place show, Quinella Exacta. Excuse me, no Quinella. Win place show Exacta try. No changes in the 7th.
So as we said, VH Goldie is sitting third in the Fair Championship. She was sitting 24th in the Buckeye Stallion Series with 32 points. But then she got 26 points added. So that would make her at 58. 58 points, it's not going to get her into the final of the Buckeye, but it may get her into the consolation. So we will have to see.
We're 6 in the books. That gets us a third of the way through. 12 more to go, and we'll start with the 7th when we get back.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
We are back here at Tuscarawas County Fair in Dover, Ohio, into the 7th race, the second third of the card, field of 5, $3,277. Second division of 3-year-old trotting fillies. We've had quite a lot of races today, a lot of split divisions, 3, 4, 5 divisions in some classes. So 18 today, 12 tomorrow. And the miles have been pretty quick. We've had good racing. So it's been a fun Friday afternoon so far.
We have had some great races. I mean, it's been, as a fan, just sitting and watching them, they've been exciting and fun.
Yeah, the finish in that race was probably about 3/4 or so. Had the race where they were 3 in, 3 out of 3/4. So it's been a good Friday. The weather is, I would say it's about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
It's not too hot, not too cold.
Yep.
Luckily, we're in the shade. It's probably hot in the sun, but we're in the shade in a covered grandstand. A nice grandstand. If you do come here, bring your hiking boots, though. It is a pretty steep grandstand.
It is.
A lot of stairs, but they have a truck pull tonight for those that are wondering if they want to come out after the harness races. Truck pull tonight. Tomorrow, harness racing. After the 12 race card, they'll put up a concert stage for Maddie and Tay, and then Sunday's the last day with a demolition derby.
Okay. I think it's kind of neat in here. You sit in the middle sections, they've got backs on the seats. The outside sections do not, so you want to move to the middle if you can.
I didn't even notice that.
Yep.
I was thinking that it's nice we have backs, but I didn't notice that they weren't on the entire grandstand.
Seventh race, second division, 3-year-old filly trot, $3,277. Hometown and Colt Stakes, sponsored by Tuscarwaras County Fair, field of 5. Number 1, Super Alexandria, Eamon Hirschberger drives. Number 2 is Flirtini with John Ryan Melsheimer. Number 3, From Beyond, Lanny Merriman driving. Number 4 is Count On Luna with Darren Harvey. Number 5, Chrome Trim, Drew Neal in her sulky. Horse would take one score and go to the gate. Win, play, show, exact a trifecta. They'll be to the gate in about 3 minutes. They'll be shut out.
So we'll take a look at the horses in this 3-year-old filly trot. Super Alexandra, Eamon Hirschberger drives and trains. John's Racing Stable and Wesley Hirschberger are the owners of this full count filly. Out of a newly done mare, Super Lily. 11 starts on the year, 4 wins. Her most recent win was at Worcester in 2, 2, and 3. She also won at Wellington in 2, 2. But back earlier in the year at Scioto Downs, 57 and 3.
2 was Flirtini. John Ryan Milsheimer drives and trains for the Melrose Stable. She's a 3-year-old filly by What the Hill. Out of the Dono Hanover mare, She Likes to Dance. Homebred for Melrose Stable. 1 for 13 in her career in that win. She actually was placed first at Old Washington. So she's yet to cross the wire first, but she's hit the board in 5 of those 13 tries, just shy of $1,000 per start.
From Beyond and Lanny Merriman from the 3-hole. Lanny also trains for Ira Steinberg. This is a Flex the Muscle filly out of Aaliyah Girl, who is by Don Boss Villa. 14 starts on the year, a second and a third, $5,600 in earnings. Did trot some good miles back at Wellington in 2, 7, and 1, and Canfield in 2, 8.
4's Count on Luna. Darren Harvey owns, trains, and drives, and it's a homebred for Darren, 3-year-old full count filly by DJ's Caviar, or out of DJ's Caviar by SJ's Caviar. She's won 50% of her starts, 12 for 24, including 3 in a row, Canfield, Old Washington, and Ashland. For Darren Harvey, I saw him before the races, and he had a long week. He was at Delaware all 4 days, Monday through Thursday, and then right here back with a bunch of horses for the fair this weekend.
And Chrome Trim and Drew Neal from the 5 for Isaiah Shrake. Isaiah and Terry Shrake own this long-time filly out of a His Highness mare, My Little Melanie. This horse, Isaiah Shrake, must have a lot of patience with this horse because she's got to be a little bit frustrating. When she's good, she is very, very good. I mean, she trotted in 55 and 4 2 times at Scioto Downs, but then in between she started making breaks. And when she does make a break, she looks like she keeps on running. So let's see. Hopefully Drew Neal can get Chrome Trim a flat mile today.
Yeah, 2 for 8 in her freshman year, made $45,000, but she's just a little bit of a naughty actor. The qualifier at Northfield's good too, 59 and 3 there with just a qualifier on a good track. So she has a little bit of talent. She just doesn't seem to always put it together each and every race. But we'll see. 5 across, $3,277. Second division, 3-year-old trotting fillies. Here's Doug Ballinger.
Full gate of 5, 2-year-old, 3-year-old filly trotters are all in behind the gate. Here they come. Starting gate sponsored by Bluebird Valley Stables. They're up then trotting with the lead. That's Flirtini, Super Alexandria on the inside. Count on Luna on the outside. Chrome Trim coming out in fifth is From Beyond as they race into the opening turn. Count on Luna. Darren Harvey up on the outside of the front. Chrome Trim goes off stride. Down the backside they go. Super Alexandria second. Chrome Trim on the outside. Off stride it was Flirtin Martini. Flirtin Tini was the breaker. They race on over to the opening quarter. Up on the outside, Chrome Trim and Drew Neal. On the inside, Count on Luna. Supreme Alexandra From Beyond. By the quarter, 29-4. As they race around the turn. Trailing the field, Flirtini after that break in the opening turn. Passing the stands first time, Count on Luna. Darren Harvey front the field. They have it by 3. Super Alexandra is second. Chrome Trim on the outside third. From Beyond fourth. Flirtini trails the field fifth. They're halfway home. And half to half on the front end. Count on Luna the leader. Super Alexandria nose to helmet second. Chrome Trim on the outside third. Up the inside. From Beyond fourth. Off a half in an even minute. Flirtini trails the field. To the 5/8 they trot. Down the backside. Count on Luna's the target. Leads it by a length. Super Alexandria right there with a 2-hole trip. 3 back to Chrome Trim. Another length to From Beyond and gapped out as Flirtini trailing up field. Across the backside they trot. Showing away. Count on Luna. Darren Harvey. Supreme Alexandria second. Chrome Trim third. From Beyond fourth. And Flirtini trails the field at the 3/4 in 1:30. Midway round the turn. The leader. Count on Luna. Supreme Alexandria to the outside. Third Chrome Trim with an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Super Alexandria comes to the outside. They're off the turn. Count on Luna. Super Alexander on the outside for Eamon Hirschberger. Super Alexandra. Eamon Hirschberger to take the second division. 3-year-old filly trot. Second, the 4. Count on Luna. Home third, the 3. From Beyond. The mile, 2:01, 1/5.
Well, she got a much better trip than she got at Delaware this week when she was parked a mile from the 5 post and finished 9th, but comes back to the fair ranks and right back to the winner's circle for Eamon Hirschberger. Now her 5th win of the season.
7th win lifetime. That brings her earnings up to about, what, $34,000?
Yeah, a little over. She'll get $1,600, so 34 and some change. Wes Hirschberger and John's Racing stable bred this horse, so $34,000, and they were in for $0 on a purchase price. I mean, obviously all the behind-the-scenes work, but I think it's got. I've said it before too. It's got to be rewarding when you breed one yourself and watch them. The foaling process, well, the whole, to get in foal, and then the whole foaling process to a weanling, to a yearling, and then to get to the races and have a horse that's shown some talent and has a nice little campaign probably ahead of her as she turns the rest of the year and then turns into a 4-year-old and into more of a veteran type horse.
It is, the breeding business is tough, so tough. But just even getting them in foal, there's I don't know if it's like a 60% conception rate, so even if you breed them, they're not always guaranteed to get in full, and then to be born and everything to be fine and grow up and train good. The odds are tough. Give a lot of credit to people who do this.
82, the DAC Vitamin and Minerals Winner's Circle. Number 2, Super Alexandra. 3-year-old bay foot of a full count of the Neely Dunmare. Super Lily. John's Racing Stable, Worcester, Ohio. Wesley D. Hirschberger, Dundee, Ohio. Eamon Hirschberger trains and drives the winner. The mile, 2:01, 1/5. It's sponsored by the Tuscarwaras, County Fair, Harper Farms Pace. Number 1, Super Alexandra, the winner. Number 2, Flirtini, 4. 3, From Beyond, 3. Number 4, Count on Luna, 2. 5, Chrome Trim, 5. Mile 2:01, 1/5. 29-4. 1 minute, 1:30. Top down, 1-4-3-2. 5 on the bottom. 8th race up next, field of 5. There are no changes. In place show, exacta trifecta on the 8th. Flirtin' Tommy. Talented Daisy, Tom's Queen, Ranger Rosie.
Tom's Crazy Peach, bring 'em right on. For the
7 down. Almost halfway. We'll be back with the 8th after some messages.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Back here at the Tuscarawas County Fair, flipping over to the 8th race on the card. This one is for Home Talent Colt Stakes 2-year-old trotting fillies. Field of 5. And I don't think we have any changes. All these drivers have been here, so I didn't hear any changes. So we should be okay as far as what you see on the program. 18 total races. Yes, 18.
Yes.
I think this is the longest fair I've been to for race-wise on one card.
Okay.
I do think we had 22 maybe at Cortland, but it was 11 and in a 2-hour break and then 11. But longest single card of the summer. Had some nice miles, some good racing. Rosie Weaver-Junio won the first 3 races on the card. And then it was Thompson, Levan, David Young the second, and Eamon Hirschberger.
Back. My pen is not working. We're really making our passport people. Oh, that's right. You got a bunch, don't you? Steve-O got a pile of pens this morning.
He bought them at CVS when he was parking.
When he was parking? So he could park?
Yeah. No, customers only. So Steve-O had to go buy a box of pens.
We're making our passport people work hard because this is a big grandstand. That's 57 fairs. Wow.
Did they give the awards yet, or is that after all the fairs and then you have to mail in your passports?
Yep, after they're all done. You can hand them in to us. If you're at your last fair, you can just hand them in to us. But don't be afraid just because this guy went to 57 to still hand them in, because we have consolation prizes too.
How many did you count how many you got to?
I have not.
I think I'm at 13.
Really? That's good.
12 or 13.
Okay. It's nice. We really appreciate guys like you and Michael Langer and Doug's been huge, but everybody that's not really on staff that comes out, because boy, it really relieves us. There's just no shot that we could do it all. So it's really nice to have freelancers, I guess, like Steve, doing it with us.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. You can only go to so many. And some of the days you guys have 2-3 fairs on a day. I mean, just last week you were driving from Worcester, or 2 weeks ago from Worcester all the way up to Upper Sandusky. And did you guys make it for the first?
No, we didn't get the first in. We were there and set up, but we couldn't get connected. So it just was, we unfortunately missed the first. That's the first time that we've missed the first for that. We've always made it before. But they were also worried about, I asked them if they could just hold off for a couple of minutes, and they said because it's get dark so early and they had a lot of races and their lights are not very good, so they were worried about getting the races in before it got too dark. So they, in fact, started them the night before. They started them 10 minutes early, and the night that we went, the Wednesday night when we went there from Worcester, they started right on time. They were racing at 6.
Yeah, most of the tracks don't have lights.
Right.
Are there? I mean, there's probably less than a handful of tracks that actually do have lights. Even the tracks that start late don't have, like Bucyrus, I don't think they have. Does Bucyrus have lights?
I'm trying to think.
I can't remember. I was there. I can't remember.
I am not sure either.
Ashland has lights. Obviously, the Greenville or
Greenville have really good lights. Urbana has really good lights. Some of the fairs have put in some new lights. They've put in some LED lights, and those are really great.
Burton, they had lights, but they weren't the greatest.
Final call to wager. This is your final call. Less than 1 minute to wager on the 8th. It's running. It's supposed to.
Move, talented Daisy. Down the backside they trot. With the lead, Tom's Queen has it by a length. Ranger Rosie's out and on the move on the outside. From third to second, Ranger Rosie. Tyler Angus up on the outside. Tom's Queen racing second. Tom's Crazy Peach is third. They're into the turn. Talented Daisy is fourth. Fulton Tommy on the outside at the 3/4 and 1:32. Around the turn on top with the lead and opening up. It is Ranger Rosie. Second, Tom's Crazy Peach on the outside. Racing third, Tom's Queen. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Coming to the line, Ranger Rosie, Tyler Angus, to take the third division of the 2-year-old Billy Trot.
Big move by Ranger Rosie there at the 3/4 to take command, and it just kind of drew off after that. Coming off of a big win at Delaware in the Buckeye Stallion Series, 157-4.
At 72-1.
Oh, I didn't notice. Holy man.
Moved into the Miles Wallen Barn. Won at Jefferson. Qualified at Northfield. Then broke in the BSS at Northfield, but then's come back with a second at Worcester, a win at Delaware, and now a win here. So 3 of 7 in her career. And she was the only one not sired by long.
We realized that we went off right before, but Steve did some magic here and got us back on just in time for the race, so that was very good. We are using my phones for a hotspot now, and I don't want to touch it, so I'm not going to be able to check your comments. So
I keep going on and
keep
checking
going
to
on.
see.
Okay.
Make sure we try not to miss anything between both platforms, and now unfortunately multiple streams. So we try not to miss the comments, but every once in a while one does get lost.
We do,
we apologize.
Yeah. But once we get something set and it's working, I hate to even touch it, so I'm not even touching my phone. It's not working. Oh shoot. We're out again.
Snappy Dragon, Midnight Western. Snappy Dragon, Midnight Western. Crosswind Sweet Pea, Big Bad Beach Bunny. Come right to the track. We need 6.
Think we're back? Okay, we appear to be back now, so I'm going to give you the rundown quick for that last race. Flirtin' Tommy was 4th, Talented Daisy 5th, Tom's Queen 3rd, Ranger Rosie your winner, and Tom's Crazy Peach 2nd. 29-3, a minute and 1, 1:32, mile and 2:2, and a 5th.
As we flip to the 9th, I had to. David Justice is driving the 4, so I had to cross off Drew Neal's name because he's on the 5, and just happened to notice Drew Neal's UDRS is .499. I mean, that's incredible.
That is.
I mean, I know he's only races at the county fairs, and it's, there's less drivers and less horses in each race, so it makes more sense that he's hitting the board at that clip, but still, almost a 500 UDRS is unheard of.
Yes.
So.
Well, he's got 150 wins. I mean, I know the last thing I heard from Roger, and that was probably a week and a half ago at least, was he was at 131 wins at the fairs, and I think he just drives at the fair, so all these starts on the fair circuit.
A lot of wins.
Yeah.
Well, 9th race is up next. We'll take some messages and be right back.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
We're not exactly sure if you can hear us or not, or if you can see anything, and our apologies. It's just, we just can't do anything about it. Steve is trying like crazy. We're poking into, trying to hook up to all different kind of internet sources. We have a T-Mobile hotspot that seemed to be working good, and then that stopped working, so we're switching over to AT&T hotspots and whatever else we can find, whatever else we can get here at the fairgrounds, but it's just tough.
And there are a lot of people here too, so there's a lot of people on the
yeah
in the area on the connection too. So, you know, sometimes these fairs during the week, there's not a lot of people here, so we're like the only few people that are using the.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that school is out.
The horses are on the track for the 9th race. Home Talent Colt Stake, 3-year-old filly pace for $4,385. This second division. David Justice drives the 4 Midnight Western. Number 1, BH Dancer, David Young, the second. Number 2, Long Live Cowgirls, driven by Logan Ebersole. The 3, Snappy Dragon, James Dayup. 4 is Midnight Western, driven by David Justice. 5, Crosswind Sweet Pea, Drew Neal. And number 6 is Big Bad Beach Bunny. Manuel Miller in the sulky. Horse will take one score and go to the gate. Win, place, show, exacta trifecta on the 9th race. 3 minutes to post. 3 minutes to post time.
There's our field for the 3-year-old pacing fillies, Hometown Colt Stakes on gate pace. 1 VH Dancer, David Young II. Driving for owner trainer Tim Van Horn, a 3-year-old filly by Dancing Yankee. And out of the Cams Card Shark mare, Southwind Sugar. 9 wins from 31 tries. She's hit the board in 24 of 31. A pair of wins this season, with the fastest being 2 minutes 4/5 at Athens.
Long Live Cowgirls and Logan Ebersol from the 2 for trainer Jeff Ebersol. Cheryl Button, the owner, is Yankee Cruiser out of a Big Bad John Mayer, Big Bad Delight. 17 starts this year, does not have a win yet, but did have an improved effort last start out at Worcester. Finished second, paced in 2, 3, and 2.
3 Snappy Dragon, James Day Drive and Trains, Power Play Racing 87. Fear the Dragon filly out of Red Snapper by Some Beach Somewhere. 1 for 9 in her career. That win was 2:03 and 2 at Mount Vernon, and was clocked in 2:03 at Mansfield back on August 3rd.
Outside, picking up the cover, Big Bad Beach Bunny. Crosswind Sweet Pea. They're halfway home. Chuck to the inside. VH Dancer. Long Live Cowgirls on the outside. We got 3 in. We got 3 out. They're halfway home. On to the 5/8 they go. At the half in 1 minute and 4/5. Down the backside. Big Bad Beach Bunny has grabbed the lead and opens up. Across the backside with a final time. Big Bad Beach Bunny, the leader, coming at him on the outside. Crosswind Sweet Pea is second. The inside, Midnight Western is third. Moving on the outside, VH Dancer, Snappy Dragon, and trailing the field, Long Live Cowgirls. Big Bad Beach Bunny by 3.5. Make it 4. VH Dancer on the outside. 3/4, 129. Crosswind Sweet Pea third. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Big Bad Beach Bunny, but closing with every stride. VH Dancer. They're inside the final 16th. Big Bad Beach Bunny, Manny Miller, to take the second division hometown at Colt Stake for 3-year-old filly pacers. VH Dancer second, home third, the 5, Crosswind Sweet Pea.
Looked like some broken equipment on Midnight Western. The head pole was hanging as she went across
The mile in 2
finish line.
minutes.
2 minutes flat. Big Bad Beach Bunny, that's 4 in a row.
In Ohio. What? So you used to work with horses, and so if a head pole is dangling, how much of an impact does that make on the race outcome?
Really depends on the horse. I mean, some horses will just go with it and won't even hardly realize it, and then some of it, if it starts to, because that one, what happened is it came apart. So the part that was attached to the harness was probably still there. But then the part that was attached to the head halter there, that was kind of flopping. And some horses, it just depends on the horse. Some horses it's going to bother a lot. I don't know if that was what was with Midnight Western. She hasn't been coming home really well anyway. So it may not have been as much that, but you certainly don't want that to happen either.
Yeah, I've always wondered that, because I've seen horses like, the head pole will break going into the first turn, but then they're on the lead, and they finish second or third. It's like they raced well. If the head pole didn't break, would they have won, or how much of a difference does it really make? So, but like anything in the horse business, every horse is different.
Yes, absolutely. And it depends how much they need that head pull. If they start getting their head turned around quite a bit because the head pull isn't telling them to keep their head straight, they might start to interfere and so forth too. So it really, like you said, horses are different. It depends on the horse. But Manny Miller.
Yeah, it didn't stop the 6.
Down Colt Stakes, second division, 3-year-old filly pace for $4,000. $385. Number 6, Big Bad Beach Bunny. 3-year-old bay filly down to the seaside out of the Big Bad John Mare. Big Bad Beretta. 4th of the season for the winner, Big Bad Beach Bunny. Cap Equine Estates, Youngstown, Ohio. Corey Ammerman of Youngstown owns. Corey Ammerman trains Manny Miller in the sulky, the mile. 2 minutes. Blanket by ongate.com.
Okay, we should be getting the rundown in just a minute.
Sir, official number 1, VH Dancer 2. The 2 Long-Lived Cowgirls 5. 3 Snappy Dragon 4. The 4 Midnight Western 6. 5 Crosswind Sweet Pea 3. 6 Big Bad Beach Bunny, the winner. Top of the mile, 2 minutes. Fractional times 29 and 2, minute 4/5, 129, 254, 63, 1 on the bottom. 10th race coming up in about 12 minutes. A field of 4. Win place show, exacta and trifecta wagering. Number 3, Typhoon Tony. 3, Typhoon Tony will be driven by Jason Thompson. Jason Thompson, the 3, Typhoon Tony. Brady Clemens will drive the 4, Sod Buster. Brady Clemens, the 4. Scratch number 6. Mark them up. Scratch the 6. Mark them up. Brady Clemens, the 4. Jason Thompson, the 3. Silverton.
3 star. Tony, Sod Buster, Tiny Tim, winning 5. Bring them off to the 10.
Okay, so I guess we can take a short break and then we'll be back with race 10, the 3-year-old colt trot.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
We're back here at the Tuscarawas County Fair. We've reached double digits. We're over halfway through now, or we are halfway through.
Halfway
9
through.
races down, 9 to go. 10th race is next. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters for $4,400. There are quite a few changes. Jason Thompson's on the 3, Typhoon Tony. Brady Clemens on the 4, Sod Buster. And the 6, Mark 'em Up, is scratched. So field of 5. Got some horses that have raced a bunch of times, and then you got the 2, 3 and 2 star, who's making his second start ever.
Second start.
as a 3-year-old. So
Yeah, no start to last year, so just kind of a late bloomer, I guess.
Right on.
We, again, apologize for we're having trouble, so we're doing the best we can. So stick with us, if you will. You'll get to see some. You probably won't get to see them all because it's just the way that it's going today. But this is a beautiful day here. Had a bit of a breeze before, but now it seems to have died down again.
yeah, it's gotten a little warm.
Yeah. This is a very tall grandstand. It's very, very steep, as we talked about before. We're making our passport people work hard because we're within, 10, 15 seats of the top, rows from the top.
2 out, keep them coming. 2 out.
Some nice things to do here at the fair. Truck pull tonight, Maddie and Tate concert tomorrow, and Demolition Derby on Sunday. You know, I actually went to the Demolition Derby at the Stark County Fair.
Oh, you did?
On Labor Day. So I was there for the races that week, and then we came back on Monday to go to the fair, and they do it right on the track. So I reached out to Charlie Myrick and I said, how long does it take you guys to get the track back? I mean, I have a picture of the track's on fire. They had gas on the track. It was on fire. A car got stuck and was just digging a hole. And he said it takes about easily a week to a week and a half to get it back to be able to go over. And they have a magnet that goes and gets all the car parts. And
wow.
I guess that's part of the deal you're getting when you stable there is that there's a 2-day demolition derby and you got to deal with it. But
yeah.
That's got to be a tough week for them because you got so much stuff going on. It's probably hard to train the horses. You know, it's nice to be able to hook up and just go out and race those 2 days, but then the rest of the week there's fair stuff going on, so they can really only train on half the track.
It's very tough to be training at a fairgrounds when fair day comes. It's funny because you talk to some people, at Delaware we had this where we talked to someone and said they didn't like it because there's just so much, and then other people, oh no, this is the best week of the year and they love it. But you have to get up really early in the morning to jog your horses, and sometimes you can only jog on the back stretch, so you got to go back and forth, and not much training getting done because track's full of stuff, or people walk across. It's a challenge, but it's also fun to be at a fairgrounds. I mean,
that was the most incredible experience to see at Delaware the first time I was there 2 years ago. Basically anybody can go to the infield whenever. I mean, they're not going to allow 500 people to walk across at once, but you pretty much can get to while the horses are. Everybody kind of knows the rules. Look out for the horses, and amazingly, it's 100 races a week and for years, and I'm sure nothing. People, just the horses get the right of way, stay out of their way, and then run across real quick, but.
The only thing is once they have raked the footprints away, you cannot go across then. Boy, you get in big trouble if you do that. And then that's just a big, I think it's more of a tradition there, where the last person that walks across the track, there's somebody out there with a rake, and they get those footprints gone. And it's kind of a neat thing. I know a few years ago people were like, oh, please, may I please rake the track? People were asking to do it. I think they could probably raffle that off and make a little bit.
Right.
But
the only place where people would pay to work.
Yes. Now we got horses coming from both ends of the track.
It's funny, all leading up to the jug, I wasn't in much of a desire to go, just a lot of races, long drive, but sitting home yesterday watching the jug and not being there, I was a little mad that I didn't go, so I'm definitely going next year. I took a year off, but I'll definitely go hang out next year.
I think the really neat thing afterwards, and I've noticed this a couple times, because we're in that judges infield booth, and it takes us, actually the judges aren't in there anymore, it's the announcers booth, I should say. The judges are upstairs, but Ronnie Wren hung around for a long time. We were all packed up and done, and Ronnie's still there soaking it in, talking to people, having people come up to him and congratulate him. So it was kind of neat that he just stayed and stayed and stayed.
Yeah. So you were, I'll wait till after the post parade.
$4,403. Like by Jack's Manufacturing. Jason Thompson, the 3. Eddie Clemens will drive the 4 and scratch the 6 and mark them up. These are the horses. Number 1 is Silverton. The driver, Drew Neal. Number 2, 3 and 2 star, Eric Miller driving. 3, Typhoon Tony with Jason Thompson. Number 4, Sunbuster, Brady Clemens. Number 5 is Tiny Tom. Justin Irvine in the sulky. Scratch number 6, mark him up. Forced to take 1 score and go to the gate and play show Quinella.
So you guys are actually upstairs right next to Jason and Roger the whole week?
We're Jason and Roger are 1 floor up.
Oh, you're on the bottom level.
We're on the bottom floor,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And there's a separate kind of room. If you were looking from the grandstand over, we'd be on the right side. There's a separate room over there that we have, and we set up our. We have a whole studio in there. It's pretty cool.
If you ever get a chance to go upstairs where Jason and Roger are, duck, because I bashed my head off of that last year.
No.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea how short. I mean, I'm not tall, so I don't usually have to duck very often. But wow. But 10th race Fields made his way to the track. Won Silverton. Drew Neal driving for Rosie Weaver. Cones with David Jury. 3-year-old Brown Gelding by Marseille. Out of the Dream Vacation mare Turquoise Sweetie. 9 of 36, including 6 wins this season. He has not missed the exact and 6 straight tries. Another very talented one out of the Rosie Weaver barn.
I guess I'm going to plug me in. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay, 3 and 2 star Eric Miller drives for Robert Koblenz. Robert also owns this full count colt, out of Master Glide mare, making only her 2nd lifetime start. First one was at Worcester, where he trotted in 2, 6, and 4.
3 Typhoon Tony, Jason Thompson catch drives for Eli Miller and All Trot Stable. 3-year-old Uncle Peter gelded son out of Hurricane Hazel by Striking Sabra. 0 for 12 this season, has a win last year and 208 and 1 at Napoleon. Just moved into the Eli Miller barn. This horse used to be with Chris Hirschberger, moved into the Eli Miller barn and did take a step forward there, 158 and 4. So that was at Delaware. Maybe they figured some things out.
Sodbuster, Brady Clemens up for J.H. Miller. He's also the owner of the Volstead Colt of the Dewey Cheatham and Howe mare. 1 win on the year, and that was in 2, 1, and 3 at Piketon. Paced in 2 minutes flat at Delaware.
And Justin Irvine drives the 5 Tiny Tom for owner trainer Eli Miller. Long Tom Colt out of the Crazed Mare Crazed at Joanne. 5 for 28, including 4 wins this season, was 6th at Delaware in the BSS. They're in behind the Webkenberg starting gate. Here's Doug Ballinger.
It's on gate for $4,403. Here they come. They were off and trotting. Silverton and Drew Neal go to the front. Typhoon Tony comes out in 3rd. Racing on the outside. Tiny Tom racing 4th as they race around the turn. 3 and 2 star. Trailing up field. Sunbuster at the opening 8. Silverton and Drew Neal will guide him up the backside. Tiny Tom, Justin Irvine will get the 2-hole trip. Trotting 3rd. Typhoon Tony, Jason Thompson racing next in 4th. 3 and 2 star with Eric Miller and trailing up field. That is Sunbuster. Brady Clemens, straight alignment by the opening quarter. Silverton, the 3-year-old Brown Gullet son of Marseille, looking for his 7th of the year, shows the way through an opening quarter, 29 and 4/5. Tiny Tom right there 2nd. Typhoon Tony racing 3rd, racing 4th, 3 and 2 star, and Sunbuster trails the field. Passing the stand for the first time, coming to the half. Silverton the leader. Tiny Tom right there 2nd to running 3rd. Typhoon Tony racing 4th on the outside. It's 3 and 2 star, and trailing the field is Sodbuster. They're halfway home. They move into the turn and head to the 5/8. Silverton has the lead off a half in 1 minute. And 1/5 to the 5/8. They go in all stride. Went Silverton. Silverton jumped it off. Tiny Tom and Justin Irvine have grabbed the lead and have it by 3. Typhoon Tony 2nd, trotting 3rd, 3 and 2 star. Silverton is 4th and trailing up field. That is Sodbusters and into the far turn. Loose in the front end. Tiny Tom has it by 5. Make it 6. Typhoon Tony 2nd, but here comes Silverton. He's gobbling up ground. He has a lot of room to go and short time to get there. And he's off stride again. Silverton jumps it off at the 3/4 in 1:31. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Justin Irvine and Tiny Tom coming to the line. Tiny Tom takes the second division of the 3-year-old Colt and Gelding trot. Home second to 3, Typhoon Tony. The outside going to be very tight, either the 1 or the 4, Sodbuster. The 1, Silverton, or the 4, Sodbuster for that third place position.
2 minutes.
Mile 2 minutes, 1/5.
I think that will be a photo.
The race for third ended up being
Yes.
the best part of that race. Unfortunately for the 1 Silverton, who was out front just coasting, and on lap 2 he just didn't handle either turn. He broke going to the 5/8 and then going to, Drew Neal got him back trotting and started to pick up speed. And I actually thought, right around the 3/4 pole that he still has a chance to win it because, look how fast he's been. But then maybe Drew asked him a little bit too much there, tried to make up too much ground. He ends up going on a run again. But then when he was in the straightaway, he came back, and he might have got third.
Might have got third, yeah.
He did himself no favors and still was third. So a couple of horses that haven't really shown breaks that have broke today. So maybe it's a little bit looser type track, I'm guessing, because what that means. Every county fair track, we talk about it on every show, is different. And you never know what you're going to get. And track looks like it's in good shape, but maybe just a couple horses are slipping a little bit, and hopefully they're one-offs for the Rosie Weaver barn, because there's some nice horses.
Gold State. Number 5, Tiny Tom. 3-year-old Bay Colt Belong Tom out of Crazy Joanne at 5th of the season. Eli Miller owns and trains. Justin Irvine in the sulky, trotting a mile in 2 minutes and 1/5. Like in this race by Jack's Manufacturing. Tiny Tom, Justin Irvine take the second division. Hometown of Colt State for 3-year-old Colt and Gelding trotters.
Just Inquiry, that's on.
Please, Inquiry will not affect the winner. Inquiry on the 10th does not affect the winner, but hold all mutual tickets, please.
Yeah, we had a couple of those breakers in there. I wondered if there might be an inquiry, as I don't know if, now this is just me thinking, but I don't know for sure if Silverton lost enough ground when he was on the break, because then he came back, and that will be the question, I think. But
I would definitely think that on the first one, he certainly felt like he lost a lot of ground. He was leading, and then he's 10, 12 lengths behind. But the second one, they could argue that maybe he didn't, because he did break and for an extended period, and was really only lost a few lengths. So we'll see. It's all a judgment call. I don't know what the exact. How do you determine what's sufficient ground?
Right.
It's kind of a judgment call. So
we had, and I'm losing it right now, which race it was. Yesterday or the day before, and one of the big trotting races, maybe it was the bucket or the bucket, and the horse actually paced a little bit right near the wire. Tim Tetrick was driving, got him right back trotting. I mean, it was very, and he did take him to the outside, and he did slow down, so they determined that he did win the race because he crossed the finish line, but it was a little odd that he just all of a sudden switched to the pace.
I did see some controversy on that one on Twitter, and people that didn't necessarily agree with that. I never saw the race, so I don't have an opinion. But I'm assuming that's the race because they said the horse paced through the wire. But if he was losing ground, then even though he's pacing, it's still a break. And if he's losing ground, you can be off stride through the wire and still win.
Yeah,
so.
But I thought that he was trotting at the wire.
I was pretty sure. The wire and then trotted.
Yep, he got him right back.
There was a horse at the Meadowlands watching a race a few weeks ago that it was on Twitter because the horse, you wouldn't even notice it really if you weren't paying attention, like specifically looking for it. And the horse just trotting, switched to the pace for like 2 strides and then immediately right back to the trot. So I've always thought that was interesting. Because usually when they go off stride of a trot, they just start galloping around.
Yeah.
But to switch to a pace.
Yep.
Well, there was no change to the order. 5-3-1.
5-3-1. Okay.
There's 10 in the books. We'll bring you race 11 when we get back.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
Own a little and love it a lot. The Stable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. The Stable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Welcome back to Tuscarwaras County Fair in Dover, Ohio. 4th division of 2-year-old trotting fillies up next, field of 5. No program changes as of now.
Not that I heard either.
If you're looking for the program, it's on the Harness Racing Streams page underneath the live video.
Mm-hmm. HarnessRacingOhio.com. And while you're there, take a look at the Hall of Fame that we've got started up there. We started to put in, we don't have everybody in yet that is in the Hall of Fame. We don't have everybody up on the website, but, and not all of them have stories. We're working on that, so it's kind of a work. It kind of got a pause for the summer. We don't get a chance to do much of that kind of extra stuff in the summer, but we will get back on it this fall after all the championships are over. And if anybody has any stories or pictures or anything that you want to add to someone's Hall of Fame story there on the website, please let us know. Send it in. Easiest thing I can tell you is send it to info@ohha.com, just because that's the easiest email that we have. But we'd like to add more pictures, more stories. I say it's nice when somebody can say, oh, look, that was my grandpa or my great-grandma or something like that that's in the Hall of Fame. And speaking of great-grandmas, we only have one female in the Hall of Fame, and that's Laverne Hill, Charlie Hill's wife, who got inducted last year. She was kind of the first lady of harness racing for a long, long time. Charlie Hill ran Scioto Downs, had Scioto Downs, and the Hill barn, the Laverne Hill barn, is the Jugette barn. I went in there. I usually don't have time to go in there, and I went in there this year in the morning, and they had all these. Not only they have a tribute to Charlie Hill and Laverne inside, they have like a little building inside the barn, but they also had a lot of displays out there, so you could go see. They had all different kinds of bits, all different kinds of shoes, different kinds of equipment, so you could walk around in the Jugette barn and see all that. It was really, really nice thing to do for fans coming in, because you don't get to see that stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about the jug, but another thing I was going to mention when you brought up Hall of Fame was that the interview that Ashley did with Kelly O'Donnell and David Miller and Ron Potter was I listened to a bunch of that, and that was good. And then obviously Frank's interview with Roger about the jug and not calling the jug this year. So it was a lot of good stuff that all came from Delaware.
Filly trotters, $3,000.
Here's the horses for the 11th.
Like by Tuscarwaras County Fair, field of 5. Number 1, Nana's Money with Darren Harvey. Number 2 is Charming Rosie, the driver, Francis Lawton. Number 3 is Jasmine's Diamond, Justin Irvine up. The 4, Out of Your Range, driven by Mike Spearman. Number 5, She's In, Tyler Agnes, in the sulky. Horse to take one score and go to the gate. In play show, exact a trifecta. On the 11th race, 3 minutes to post.
And speaking of those guys that were there doing that interview, we started this year the Legends of the Little Brown Jug, and we're going to try and do this every year so that we bring some people back from the past who have won and have them there to answer questions and do that like Ashley did this year. But we also produced some cards. They're probably about maybe a 5x7 card. They've got the picture of the horse or the driver on the front, and then on the back some statistics about their win in the Little Brown Jug. So we only printed so many of them, and so they're going to be kind of limited. So I'm not sure how many were left over, but that's kind of a cool thing, and we hope that people will want to collect them and collect them every year. So I think that was a really nice added touch to that this year.
Yeah, and the coolest part about announcing all the races each year, obviously I don't announce any races at the Jug, but Kelly O'Donnell, I got a text about 10 minutes before a race that after this race, that was it. Kelly was done. He was retiring. He was moving to Florida, and this was his last start. All the other horses were sold. It just came out of nowhere. He had still had 10, 12 horses, let's say, at Northfield. And I actually got to call Kelly's last training win at Northfield. He won that race, and then that was it. Then I haven't seen him until the Jug was the first time I've seen him back. So, but anyways,
yeah, nice of those guys to do that. The fans really enjoyed it. We had a pretty packed tent that day, and people stayed around for a long time getting them to sign their cards. So
I liked when I liked when they asked David Miller, when was the last time you didn't have a drive in the Jug? And I said, if David sticks around, he's probably going to get a drive because those guys are double booked and they can't drive both horses. And sure enough, David got a drive in the Jug.
Absolutely. So from the rail out, we've got Nana's Moni, Darren Harvey drives and trains. This is a Ready for Money. 7 starts on the year, 1 win. That was 2 starts back at Worcester in 2-8.
2 Charming Rosie, owned trained driven by Francis Lawton, a 2-year-old muscle through filly out of the OU Man, OU Rose mare. 0 for 6 in her career. She's been distance, has some braking issues, so she's still learning. Just a $2,000 purchase.
Jasmine's Diamond, Justin Irvine drives for Gary Martin and Sue Stockwell. A Muscle Diamond out of a Muscle Mass mare. 7 starts, 7 wins out of 9 starts this year. The other was a second, so doing really well. $20,266, a Marcus 2-6 at Worcester.
4 Out of Your Range, Mike Spearman, owns trains drives, 2-year-old in range filly out of a Cantab Hall mare, Drive Me Wild, 0 for 10, 4 third place finishes.
She's in Tyler Angus up from trainer Miles Willem and owner Robert Klein. And in range, it has 2 wins this year, the fastest, 59-3, Northfield Park.
Scores County Fair. 5 2-year-old fillies in behind the gate. Here they come. Stride the 1, Nana's Money. They're off then, trotting. Justin Irvine, Jasmine's Diamond is sent right to the front. Out of Your Range comes out in second. She's in, trotting third. Charming Rosie fourth. And Nana's Money trails the field into the opening turn, going to the opening 8th. Jasmine's Diamond, the 2-year-old bay filly of a Muscle Diamond, looking for her 8th of the year, has the lead for Justin Irvine. She races across the backside, going to the opening quarter. Out of Your Range will get that 2-hole trip. Racing third, she's in, trotting fourth. Charming Rosie on stride, and Nana's Money trails the field by the opening quarter. Irvine and Jasmine's Diamond, but 3 1/4 Out of Your Range right there second. Trotting third as they race around the turn. She's in by the opening quarter, and 32 2/5 on the 3/8 they trot. Top of the field, the leader, Jasmine's Diamond, has the lead, has it by 2 1/2. Next and second is Out of Your Range. Trotting third as it passed the stand of the first time. She's in, racing fourth, Nana's Money, and Charming Rosie can see them all. They're halfway home on the front end. The leader, Jasmine Diamond, make it 4 lengths. out of your range next. She's in. Then it is Not As Money and Charming Rosie. Halfway home in 104 3/5 into the turn. They trot to the backside. Jasmine's Diamond and Justin Irvine will guide the fillies on to the 3/4 mark. Racing second out of your range. Trotting third. She's in. Not As Money fourth. Charming Rosie trails the field across the backside. Going to the 3/4. Jasmine's Diamond, the leader, still by 3. Here comes She's In. Out of your range is third. Charming Rosie fourth. Not As Money trails the field. The end of the far turn. Still there. Jasmine's Diamond's got a recall at the 3/4 mark. 3/4 in 136 and 1. The leader, Jasmine's Diamond, as they come to the top of the stretch. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Jasmine's Diamond, Justin Irvine have the lead, but they're coming at her on the outside. Out of your range, coming after that leader. Out of your range, chasing Jasmine's Diamond all the way to the line. Jasmine's Diamond. Justin Irvine goes back to back, taking the 4th division of the 2-year-old filly trot. The mile 206.
Kind of a spread out field, but turned out to be an exciting finish.
It did end up being a pretty good finish. Jasmine's Diamond now 8 for 10. I'm not sure where the other laws where she finished second, but one of them is in a Buckeye Stallion try. So take out that start, and of her 9 tries, not in BSS, she's won 8 with a second place finish. So
Yeah.
I'd be curious where that second place finish was. Talented horse.
Absolutely.
Definitely will see her back in a couple weeks at Northfield. Fair Championship night is October 11th.
Yep.
So we have Buckeye finals on the 4th. Fairs on the 11th with the Courageous Lady and the ladies race.
Oh, that's right.
So stakes card,
Big
you know,
night.
there's 10 races right there. So a nice little card. And then we'll have fair consolations either, I don't know if they're on that Sunday or the week after. But
I know that's always nice of you guys to write those fair consolation, because they're not official consolations. You know, it's not something that you paid into. You just paid into the final, but it's nice that you guys do that so people get a chance to race for some good purses.
First, 5 of you. 12th race, bring them on. Back to the deck, Vitamin and Minerals Winner's Circle. The winner of the 11th race. Hometown and Cold Stake, 2-year-old filly trot. 4th division for $3,034, sponsored by Tuscarwaras County Fair. Number 3, Jasmine's Diamond. She's a 2-year-old filly with a Muscle Diamond out of the Muscle Mass mare. Jasmine Bolo. She's owned by Stu Stockwell, Geneva, Ohio. She's trained by Gary Martin. She's driven to victory by Justin Irvine. Justin gets his 2nd win on the card as he goes back to back. 8th win in 10 tries for the winner, Jasmine's Diamond. The mile, 206 3/5. Final half, 102.
Sue Stockwell down in the winner's circle.
2, Charming Rosie 5. 3, Jasmine's Diamond, the winner. 4, Out of Your Range 3. 5, She's In 2. Time of the mile, 206 3/5. 32 and 2, 104 and 3, 136 and 1. 4, 5, 1, 3, 2 on the bottom. 12th race is up next. Field of 5, no changes. Win place show, exact and trifecta on the 12th. Stand to Rosa, Laughing 2, Rose Run Bounty, Coco Motion, and I'll Be Home First. 5 of you, bring them on. Bring them on to the...
speaking of Sue, she trained the track record holder here. Global Girl.
Global Girl.
Trot record of 57 and 1.
Still racing?
She is.
Yeah. Where did we see her? Painesville?
She won. I think she won at Paynes. She was second at Painesville and won at Jefferson, maybe.
Okay.
And I don't know where she's been. I know she's had some little bit of issues off the track this year, but still such a nice horse. So hopefully they get everything right with her and she's back next year. We're 11 down. 12th is next. No changes. Field of 5. We'll bring them to you right after these messages.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Horses are coming to the track for the 12th race. 2-year-old filly pace, $4,447, home talent colt stake. This is the second division, sponsored by Buckeye Classic Yearling Sale. Upfield of 5. Beginning with the 1, Standarosa, Ty Lloyd drives. Number 2 is Laughing 2, the driver Jason Thompson. 3, Rose Run Bounty with driver Drew Neal. Number 4, Coco Motion, Manny Miller. And number 5, I'll Be Home First, Justin Irvine in her sulky. Field of 5, take 1 score and go to the gate. Win, play, show, exacta trifecta. Post time in 3 minutes. Post time in 3.
Field for the 12th, 2-year-old pacing fillies. 1 is Standarosa. Ty Lloyd drives and trains for David Wills, a 2-year-old filly by the Ponderosa. The Stand Forever mare still standing, bred by Jerry Bookmeyer. 1 of 8 in her career. That win was a BSS at Urbana on 59-1. Most recently was 5th at Delaware on Sunday. Number 2 is Laughing 2. Jason Thompson driving for Jim Graham, who co-owns with Tim Warner and Lee Winters, a 2-year-old lather-up filly. Out of the Sun Beach Somewhere mare Lioness Hanover. 5 for 9 in her career, including 3 in a row. Canfield, Wooster, and Ashland. She has been razor sharp. 3 Rose Run Bounty. Drew Neal driving for Corey DeArmond and the Cap Equine Estates. 2-year-old bay filly by Fear the Dragon. Out of the Arts Place mare Mrs. American Pie. 3 in a row, Wellington, Canton, and Canfield. Then was 4th at Wooster and 3rd at Ashland most recently. She's 4 for 11 in her career. Has made $20,000. She is the most expensive in the group of a $25,000 purchase price. 4 is Coco Motion, Hagerman Racing, the owners. Herman Hagerman trains. Emmanuel Miller does the driving. Just a $3,000 Harrisburg purchase for this 2-year-old well-said filly by Real Drama, by Real Desire. 1 for 11 in her career. That wins at Croton in 2:03 and 3. And rounding out the fields, the 5, I'll Be Home First. Don Irvine Jr. trains. Justin Irvine, the driver and owner of this 2-year-old Summa Cum Laude filly. Out of Yankee Celebration by Art Major. She has never missed the board in 11 tries, including 5 wins. 1 at Delaware and 57-4 for the lifetime best. Just did that on Sunday in that fair race. 3rd before that in Wooster. But 5 wins, 2 seconds, 4 thirds. Never missed the board. I'll Be Home First. Summa Cum Laude filly has the outside post here. This 12th race is sponsored by the Buckeye Classic Yearling Sale. Number 2, Laughing 2, did graduate from that sale for a $12,000 hammer drop. Has won 5 of her last 6 after starting 0 for 3 in her career.
I heard you say Buckeye Classic Yearling Sale, and that's coming up pretty soon. I can't remember the exact date, but it's coming soon.
The Buckeye Classic Sale is after Lexington, right?
No.
Lexington is in 2 weeks.
Oh, I can't. Can I use my phone, you think? Or no, I won't touch it. Never mind.
We're not going to jinx
I
it.
have to look it up.
They are headed behind the gate for the 12th. We'll send it to Doug Ballinger.
That is Laughing 2 with their 6th win of the year.
9-4.
1:59.4. A new lifetime mark. She did have a mark with 2 minutes flat at Wellington, I think that is. So just beat it by a tick, 59.4. Once she pulled and got around Standerosa, she just kind of took off. So it looked really nice finishing up her mile. She's a lather up out of some beach somewhere, Mayor Linus Hanover. James Graham, Hamburg, New York. Timothy Warner, Geneseo, New York. And Lee Winters from Edina, New York. So owned by all New Yorkers. We see a lot more people from out of the state buying into the Ohio breds lately. I think the past couple of years we've seen it a lot because the Ohio program is just so lucrative. So a lot of different people want to get in on it.
Bring them on for the 13th.
Getting a little warmer here at Dover. I think it's the wind has really died down, so it's a very quiet day, so it kind of increase the heat factor. And here comes Jason Thompson back to the winner's circle.
Vitamins and Minerals Winner's Circle. Winner of the 12th race, hometown of Colt Stake for 2-year-old Philly Pacers. Second division for $4,447. Number 2, Laughing 2. The 2-year-old Bay Philip Lather up out of Linus Hanover was owned by James Graham, Timothy Warner, and Lee Winters of New York. Jim Graham trains. Jason Thompson gets his second winning drive of the day. 6th win for Laughing 2, 1:59.4. This race sponsored by Steve Cross's Buckeye Classic Yearling Sale. Coming up the first week in October. Results are official. Number 1, Standerosa 4. 2, Laughing 2, the winner. The 3, Rose Run Bounty 2. Or Coco Motion 5. Lil B home first 3. 1:59.4. 29.2 a minute. 1:29.2. 4:12.53 on the bottom. 13th is up in about 12 minutes.
Okay, we are back. 12 races in the books. The 13th is the Smoky Lane Trot, hometown Colt Stakes 3-year-old Colt Trot, 3rd division. We've got 5 in it. I know we're going to have at least one driver change because we got a TBA on the 5. So we'll.
That TBA guy's not very good.
He never shows.
Yeah.
Never shows up.
Always calls off.
But we'll be back to take a look at the horses right after these messages.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, Jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the Cool Winds of November.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Welcome back. Tuscarwaras County Fair, Dover, Ohio. Long ways up these stairs.
I actually think it's longer to go down. I don't know, like going down I just left the grandstand and going down the stairs. You get halfway down and you're like, how do I still have so many more steps to take?
Yes, it is a very tall, steep grandstand. Can fit a lot of people in this way.
Great viewing, and I'm guessing that I feel like these were just added recently because they're not the same color. So I'm guessing that they were put in after these backs in the middle sections, which are sections C and D.
Yeah, I wondered that myself if they got funding for this, and now maybe next year they'll finish off the other ends.
Yeah, because like I said, I went to that demolition derby at Stark County, and I would say the grandstand, the first day they took a picture and the grandstand was probably like 90% full. The second day, Labor Day, closing day of the fair, there was maybe like 60%, but still, think about the grandstand, 50, 60, 70% of the seats taken.
Yeah.
You want people to be comfortable when you have those events, and then when you have these concerts, I'm sure they're sold out for the concerts.
Yeah. I'll bet they are. Looks
Lucky
like
13's on the track.
Yeah.
Horses are on the track. 13th race. Smoky Lane Trot. 3-year-old Colton Geldings, 3rd division, $4,403. Like at the Smoky Lane Stables, number 1 is Delwyn, Jimmy Smith, the driver. Number 2 is Sia Sugar Tom, Chris Hirschberger. The 3, No Days Off, Cody Greeno driving. Number 4 is My Next Chapter, driven by Drew Neal. Number 5 is Nothing But Cat, John G. Wenger in the sulky. Horse will take one score and go to the gate. Win, place, show, exact and trifecta wagering.
Okay, so Delwyn and Jimmy Smith from the rail. Jimmy is also the trainer and the owner. This is a muscle up the goal out of a Master Levesque mare, Delou. 15 starts on the year, 2 wins, 1 second and 4 thirds. Has already earned almost $12,000. Did not start as a 2-year-old. Has a record this year of 2 minutes and 3/5 at Northfield Park.
2, CS Sugar Tom. Chris Hirschberger driving for Wes Hirschberger. The owners are Wayne Mash Jr., Callum Racing, Eden Acres Farmstead, and Stephen Miller, a 3-year-old gelded son of Long Tom out of the band's Gold Chip mare, Me Brown Sugar. 1 for 14 in her career, his career, I should say. Had a 3-month break moving into the Wes Hirschberger barn, so this is his second start with Wes. Did make a break at Ashland, but that was his first start off such a long layoff.
No Days Off. Cody Greeno drives for Ed Greeno Jr. and E.G. Trot, a What the Hill colt out of a Donato Hanover mare, Anaka's sister. 14 starts on the year, 1 win, 3 seconds and a third. Earnings of almost $10,000 added to the $13,000 he made last year. So he's got almost $23,000 lifetime. Took a mark this year at Ottawa of 2:02 and 2. At Hoosier Park last year as a freshman, 159 and 1.
4, My Next Chapter. Drew Neal drives for J.H. Miller in the Powerline Racing Stable. 3-year-old Uncle Peter's son. Out of the Chapter 7 mare Tribute to 7, this horse really turned it on as a sophomore. His freshman campaign 0 for 9, but this year 4 for 15 with 4 second-place finishes to go along with his total resume of 4 wins, 6 seconds and 2 thirds in 24 tries. The win was at Old Washington, 2 minutes, 1/5, and just finished 5th at Delaware in the BSS in 1:56 and 4.
Nothing But Cat, John Wengard drives. John is also the trainer and co-owns with Amy Wengard a Nothing But Class colt out of a Don't You Forget It mare. 17 starts on the year, 4 wins, 5 seconds, almost $25,000 in earnings, a mark of 201 and 2 at Canfield. Had a pair of seconds his last 2 starts at Ashland and Worcester, and then the win at Canfield.
And that's the field for Lucky 13.
Nice field of 3-year-old colt trotters.
Hopefully they all stay flat.
Yeah. That is the key. I always go back. Now, these are 3-year-olds, and Rosie Weaver was talking about 2-year-olds when she said that, but she said, much more important to have manners than have speed at this point, and that is very true. Manners are important.
Sometimes making money in these races, all you got to do is make it the mile without braking. You finish second or third.
That's right.
Field of 5, head behind the Mike Webkenberg starting gate. Here's Doug Ballinger with the 13th.
$3. Full gate of 5. All in behind the Mike Webkenberg starting gate. Here they come. They're off and trotting. My next chapter goes for the lead. Nothing But Cat on the outside. From the inside, No Days Off on the outside. See, race into the turn. See a Sugar Tom turning the field. Delwyn jumps it off his off stride. By the opening 8th and on to the backside. Drew Neal, My Next Chapter, will guide him up the backside in the opening quarter. Nothing But Cat will get that 2-hole trip. Trotting third, No Days Off, racing fourth. As he races on over to the opening quarter. See a Sugar Tom, and Delwyn is the trailer. Into the turn as he trot by the opening quarter. On top of the field and showing away. Drew Neal, My Next Chapter, by the opening quarter in 29 seconds. Midway round the turn. On top, My Next Chapter. 3-year-old big-headed son of Uncle Peter, looking for his 5th win of the season. Right there, second, Nothing But Cat. Trotting third, No Days Off. Racing fourth, see a Sugar Tom, and trailing the field. At the halfway point is Delwyn. Halfway home, no movement is yet to go after My Next Chapter. Racing second. Cat. It'll be tight for second. Looks like it'll be the 5, Nothing But Cat. No Days Off. Finish third. Be a photo for that place position.
Grand Slam for Drew Neal on the card. 4 wins. This one for J.H. Miller and Powerline Racing Stable.
59 and 3.
159 and 3 for the 3-year-old Uncle Peter's son at a Chapter 7 mare. Tribute to 7. 5 lifetime wins.
It's up to about $33,000 in earnings this year. That's a really nice season.
Over 40 in his career for a horse that really didn't, I don't want to say didn't show a lot of promise, because he did hit the board in 3 of the 9 tries and made 8,000, but was winless as a 2-year-old.
Yes.
So to now come on and make 5, have 5 wins and make, on his way to making a $40,000 year, I would say the Connections were happy with shutting him down probably early and letting him come back as a 3-year-old.
That seems to be a good thing for a lot of them. I mean, they just aren't mature enough. And as you often hear, it's not just physically, it's mentally mature too. And they change a lot. By the time they turn 3, they kind of got it figured out in their head. Except maybe for Pink Jammies.
She's never going to have it figured out.
No.
A lot of the thing with the horses, too, that people don't always realize is just because they're great at 2 doesn't mean they always are going to be great at 3.
Yes, right.
Because, maybe they're faster than their co-rivals now, but those other horses grow up, they mature, and they get faster, and that horse, maybe that's it. That's his maximum speed. He just got it earlier and learned it quicker. So not a guarantee that 2-year-olds turn into superstar 3-year-olds. So that's why it's always nice to see horses campaign both years making money.
Yes. Talking a lot about that at Delaware, about how so many horses, they do get that lifetime mark at 2. And that's it. They don't go faster.
The old Golden Gunning Trot, the Smoky Lane Trot, number 4, My Next Chapter. The 3-year-old big old son is my Uncle Peter, a tribute to 7. 5th win this year, Powerline Racing Stable of Ohio. J.H. Miller trains Drew Neal. Gets a grand slam, his 4th of the day. My Next Chapter home in 1:59.3 to take the Smoky Lane Trot. 1:59.3. Number 1, Del Wynn finished 5th. Number 2, C.S. Sugar Tom 4. 3, No Days Off 3. Number 4, My Next Chapter, the winner. 5, Nothing But Cat 2. 1:59.3, 29. 59.4, 1:30.4 fifths, 5:43, 1-2 on the bottom. 14th race is coming up in about 10 minutes, field of 5. There are no changes, win, play, show, exacta and trifecta. Madam L, Doodlebug.
I just noticed our speed superintendent, Jen Hoxseller, handing the connections of connections of My Next Chapter, a really nice halter. They have some beautiful halters down there by the winner's circle, and they say on there, like the one that he got would have said, the 3-year-old colt trotting champion. And so I don't know if they're giving that to the fastest division or how exactly that they're working that, but they're really, really pretty and got that nice brass plate on them. They look really nice. I said, what a nice touch. And I'm not sure who that giant trophy is for down there. Do you see that on the side of the? Can you get that in the shot? It's taller, probably taller than the speed superintendent.
It's definitely taller than the kid that jumped over the fence earlier.
Yes, definitely was. But I don't know what that's for. We'll have to try and find out from John what that is about. But the halters are really nice touch, and a beautiful winner's circle. They're all decorated with the mums. So we're going to be back with race number 14, the 3-year-old filly trot, 3rd division, right after this.
Own a little and love it a lot. The Stable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. The Stable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at thestable.ca.
Okay, we are back with race number 14. Going to talk about a lot of... Oh, my iPhone is hot. It says it's going to resume charging when it gets back to normal temperature, so I hope that doesn't... Just unplug it for a little bit. I don't want it to go because that's our connection to the world, right?
Sometimes the charger heats it up on top of the, and then it's using so much energy for the hot spot, it'll get a little hot. Maybe, I was gonna say maybe put it in your bag so that there's no any sunlight getting on it. That might help. Cool it off.
Put it right.
Or hide it. Yeah, there you go.
I'll put it right under the
See
seat.
if that'll cool it off. These horses came to the track quick.
These are the
14th, there they are.
14th race, third division, hometown of Colt State, 3-year-old filly trot, $3,277. Number 1, Madam L. Hank Levan driving. Number 2 is Doodle Bug with Kristen Myers. Here's the 5, Suds and Rinse, Manny Miller driving. Number 3 is Promise at Don. Jason Thompson up. Number 4, Miss Big Gal. David Justice is in her Sonky. Field of 5 will take one score and go to the gate. In play show, Quinella Exacta. Trifecta. No Quinella wagering. Just a habit.
Okay, so our rail horse is Madam L. Hank Levan drives and trains for, as we like to say, LOL, lots of Levans. Levan Stables, M. Levan, H. Levan, and R. Levan. This is a Marseille filly out of a Donato Hanover mare, Leaping Lady. 20 starts on the year, 1 win. That was at Ottawa in 2-5-2. Does have 4 seconds and 5 thirds for a nice total of almost $16,000 earned this year. Second last start at Delaware in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference race there, and trotted her mile in 1:57.4.
And there is another great interview of Delaware this week of Hank Levan with Frank that you can look for on Facebook. 2 Doodlebug, Christian Myers drives for owner-trainer Barney Dillon. 3-year-old filly by Jitterbug out of the Southwind Wrangler mare, Argenta. Bred by Barney Dillon of Ohio, 8 wins this. Wow, we are struggling in the 14th. 8 career wins, 5 this season, 5 for 10 this year. Had 3 in a row at Caldwell, Woodsfield, and where is RKSP?
Rock Springs, the Rock.
Could have got that one. Then made a couple of breaks and was 4th most recently in Old Washington. 3-year-old filly here.
Doodlebug, one of my favorite names of the year.
It is a cool name.
Promise at Dawn, Jason Thompson up for Carrie Merriman. Robert Beachy, the owner, a What the Hill filly out of a Train for the Future mare, Rose Run Nelly. 17 starts this year, 2 wins, 5 seconds, 17,000 plus in earnings, a qualifying mark of 2 minutes and 2/5, coming off of 2 seconds at Worcester and Ashland.
4 Miss Big Gal, David Justice for owner-trainer Randy Rank, a 3-year-old filly by Mr. Anson out of the Downers Big Guy mare. Here comes Big Gal, 0 for 18. Looks like she needs to learn a little bit and take a step forward. She's a touch slower than these, but does have a clocking in 2:04 and 3 at Kenton, 2 back.
Suds and Ritz, Emmanuel Miller up for trainer Herman Hagerman. Hagerman Racing, Martin Yoder, and Lucinda Belcher all own this What the Hill filly. It's out of a Chapter 7 mare. 10 wins on the year out of 24 starts. $45,000 in earnings, a mark of 159.1 at Northfield Park. Made a miscue in her last start at Delaware in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Before that, won 2 in a row, Upper Sandusky and Wasion.
I can't get the song Jitterbug out of my head now after looking at the 2.
After looking at that.
And looks like the 4 is off the track.
Oh, getting some
probably some kind of equipment adjustment.
When I said that Doodlebug was one of my favorite names, when the yearling nominations come in, I enjoy looking at them because I enter them all in, and there's just some fun names. So I usually have, I try and have my favorite name of the day as I'm putting them in, and then people get very creative sometimes with the names.
Yeah, I looked at a book, a yearling book coming up, and went through, just skimmed through the book, but there were a couple, I wish I remember them, but that I would just, if I had money, I would just buy a name, because the name with the breeding really, there was some like kind of puns in there, just horses, good sounding names. Actually, there were a couple horses that was cool. Now that I've been in Ohio for a couple of years, you hear the name, and I'm not going to put myself on the spot, but you hear the name, and then wait a second, this one must be a brother to this one or that one.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, you look back down, it's like, oh, yep, he was.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Section Line Big Rye.
Yes.
There's a horse in there named Section Line something.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, he has to be related to Section Line Big Rye because it's not like a down by the seaside where they all have seaside, you
Right.
know. I said they specifically, it's only the connections that, and sure enough, if you look, his brother
yes.
was Section Line Big Rye.
Seems like good horses have good names too. I don't know what it is. Like Blueprint. I mean, that's a cool name, Blueprint. I have to tell you, I took a break from the broadcast yesterday, and I went into the grandstand, and there's 3 little boys, probably 5 or 6 years old, and they all had shirts on with a great big W on the front and Blueprint on the back, and one of them was Ronnie Wren's little son, and
That's
these
awesome.
boys were jumping up and down, and this was 5 races before the jug. They were jumping up and down and they're just having a great time, enjoying the atmosphere. Looks like we do have a little adjustment of.
Yeah, he's still on the back.
Wish I had my binoculars. I could see what was going on.
Yeah, you know what? Coming to Northfield and Ronnie Wren, you know, obviously I like everybody. I try not to dislike anybody, but Ronnie was one of the first people that recognized me and actually said hi to me, which was like, you know, I was 23 when I moved, so, you know, here's 23-year-old me going into the paddock at Northfield for the first time because I wasn't announcing the first night I was there, and
We got a delay here in the 14th. We've got stuff going on in front of the grandstand. Later on, we're going to be out of here. So there's no reason this 15th should not be getting ready to come right to the
so anyways, you know, I go in the paddock and just trying to say hi to people, and Ronnie actually came up to me. I don't know, he probably doesn't even remember, and, you know, introduced himself as Ronnie Wren Jr., and, you know, nice to meet you, good luck, congratulations on the
Oh,
job.
wow.
And from that day on, I was like, you know what, he's a cool dude, because he didn't know me from a
Yeah.
hole in the wall,
Yeah.
but he actually saw on Facebook that I was coming out there and you know, introduced himself. And
With or without you, with or without you, we're going to the gate. With or without you.
That is, it just shows the kind of class that he has. It's just a good guy.
yeah, I was rooting for him in the Breeders' Crown last year, and just, you know, nice to see a guy that, you know, I get to call each and every. I don't get to call him as much, you know. The first year I was there, he was there almost every night, but now, you know, with more kids, and, you know, he wants to kind of play both sides, be the racing guy, but also be a family guy, which is good for him, you know. We don't get to see him as much. I wish we did get to see him every night at Northfield, but when he's there, it makes the racing better because he's that good, and he deserves everything he's got with that horse, because Ronnie gives some incredible drives if you watch him night in, night out at Northfield. So
it looks like everybody's on the track. We're headed to the gate. So we've got Madam L, Doodlebug, Promise at Dawn, Miss Big Gal, and Suds and Ritz.
It's post time.
He took his leg off the bike. Did you see that? Yeah. He put his leg over to one side.
Yeah. Recall, not sure what that's about. Looks like Jason Thompson was off stride, but that is not a reason for a recall.
the only thing I noticed was it almost looked like they scored out of position.
I thought that myself.
Because the 4,
yeah.
If the 3 was break, the 4 ended up so far inside of him.
Yes.
Trotting hobbles, the 4 Miss Big Gal without trotting hobbles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No trotting hobbles now on the 4 Miss Big Gal. Yeah, Mike usually has our streams up, so maybe he'll be able to fill us in on
Yeah, he might.
what it was.
Might let us know.
But that would have been my guess because it looked like the 3 was very
Yeah, he may have
far.
crossed over too soon. He may have gotten out of his position.
Or the 4 could
before.
have vacated the spot too soon also.
Yeah.
So it's a million things that Mike has to pay attention to behind the gate.
All right, it's. Take 3, Doug Ballinger says.
In that barn at 15.
14th race behind the gate. Here's Doug for the 3rd time in the 14th.
Start to bring him to the track.
John come back over here so I get more judging sheets. Does he have a girlfriend over there, John? He's just standing there by himself. Yeah. He'll probably.
3 Old Philly Trotters rolling behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're up and trotting. Promise It Dawn sent right to the front. Doodlebug comes out in second. Suds and Rinse racing on the outside third, looking for a pylon. Racing fourth is Madam L. Miss Big Gal trails the field at the opening 8th. Down the backside they trot. Promise It Dawn. Jason Thompson show the way. Have the lead, have it by a length. Suds and Rinse, Manny Miller. Doodlebug, Kristen Myers racing fourth. Madam L and Hank Levan. Trailing the field across the backside, Miss Big Gal, David Justice, fielded trotters, straight alignment, Promise It Dawn, 3 Bay Philippa, Walk the Hill shows the way, Doodlebug right there second, Suds and Rinse third, Madam L racing fourth, by the quarter, 29-3, trailing the field, Miss Big Gal, straight alignment, no movement as yet to come after Promise It Dawn, who leads the way by a length, the 2-hole trip to Doodlebug, moving to the outside, Suds and Rinse, racing fourth, Madam L at the half and trailing the field. Miss Big Gal, they're halfway home. On the front end, Promise It Dawn will guide him into the turn. Doodlebug coming after her on the outside. Halfway home, 59-4. Here comes Suds and Rinse. Madam L up the inside. Miss Big Gal trails the field. 3/8 of a mile to trot and whip the lead. Doodlebug, we got a new leader. Suds and Rinse second. Closing on the outside. Hank Levan with Madam L. Fourth, third on the outside as they move into the turn. Doodlebug, the inside. Suds and Rinse. Madam L up on the outside third, shove 3 wide, Promise It Dawn fourth. Miss Big Gal trails the field at the 3/4, 129-3, little better than 1/8 of a mile. Madam L pokes ahead in front. They're off the turn, they're on their way home. It's Madam L in the van. Suds and Rinse between horses. Doodlebug on the inside, the outside. Madam L coming to the line. Madam L gets her second of the season for Hank Levan. Up for second at 2, Doodlebug, home third, Suds and Rinse.
Madam L getting her second win of the year.
1/5.
2-0. Did you hear that?
201-1.
201-1.
If you asked me at the half, Madam L would not have been on my radar because the 2 pulled the pocket, looked like she had a ton of horse, opened up, and then the 5.
Yeah.
It's right with her, but then Hank Levan was patient, and he picks up his second on the afternoon, I believe. Yep, second on the afternoon for Hank.
Section line flames. That's the 50 and baseball.
Madam L finished second at Delaware a few days ago. Trotted that night in 57-4, or that afternoon, I should say. Well, some of them were at night.
The Delaware track is, you really do have to add about 2 seconds, though. It is just very, very, very fast for a half-mile track. Not that the miles still aren't good, but
Yeah, but it is.
But
It is
sometimes
fast.
we get a little, when these horses come back from Delaware and go to Northfield or go to another track, add about 2 seconds before when you start comparing times. Because on the raw surface of it, yeah, they're faster, but Delaware, it's a lot easier to get around the turns there. They don't really slow it down as much coming to the half and things like that. So
Another thing that I noticed that Ron Burke said was his training track at his farm is an exact replica of Delaware. So he says when he trains horses, they have absolutely no trouble coming to Delaware because it's exactly like it. Same dimensions, same turn, same bank to everything exact.
Here's the one.
Levan and our Levan owned. 201, 1/5, lifetime mark from Madam Mel. Flanked by T. Miller Horseshoeing. Is the way they finished the one Madam Mel, the winner. Number 2, Doodle Bug, 2. 3, Promise at Dawn, 4. Number 4, Miss Big Gal, 5. 5 Suds and Rinse, 3. 201, 1/5, 29 and 3, 59 and 4, 129 and 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 3 on the bottom. 15th coming up next. Scratch the 1. Make mine a legend. Scratch the 1. Make mine a legend. Win place exact.
I think Madam L wanted to come in and get a lemonade shake-up or something. She
Yeah.
was,
Or
had her
get some of
head-
those mums.
Yep. She was ready to come in. So nice win for Madam L. Second on the year, 6th of her life.
Something, love them or hate them, they have a tremendous stable and win a lot of races, the Burke Brigade. And
Oh, yeah.
the whole pulling the shoes thing right before the final was interesting to me.
Yes.
But we're 14 in the books. The 15th should be out pretty quickly because of that delay, so we'll bring it right to you after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Okay, back for race number 15. We were just talking about the taking off of shoes of some horses in the jug and how we didn't really know. I don't really know the reason why. I had said that I took the shoes off of one racing at Springfield one time. It was basically because everybody in my race was taking them off, and I said, "Well, I don't want to be the only one with front shoes on."
Did it work?
No. I mean, he went as fast as he ever did. He didn't go any faster.
It didn't change.
Didn't change him. Something that was interesting when Ronnie, again, we're going back to Ronnie Burke, just because it was an interesting interview. So you guys, if you have a chance, go back and watch it. But he talked about changing things in between heats. And, so many people, if you're doing good, you don't change a thing. And he said he would, even if they won and they raced really, really well, if he thought he could change something to make them just a little bit better in between, he would make those changes. And that's, I guess he said he's not afraid to make changes.
I loved his interview before the Jugette on Wednesday. When he said, I forget what the post-position draw was, but he had the 2 and the 3 maybe, and Virgil had the rail or something.
Yeah.
And he said he told both of his drivers that they better not get locked in because he'd rather finish 5th tired than 2nd locked in. So, he knew he was going to race for the win, and they did, because now I remember David Miller pulled coming to the half out of the pocket. So he basically said, we're conceding the lead to the 1, and then we're going to pull in the at some point. And once the outer flow started, David had to pull, and then he went right on by. But with Rodeo Drive Deo, but. Yeah, he said I'm not getting locked in.
Right.
So I guess in a $300,000 race, you don't want to be locked in.
Yep.
But there is no passing lane at Delaware.
No. I don't think they ever will. I mean, they don't. They're kind of purists there. They don't like to make changes to the track or anything. So it's like the post parade for the 15th coming up.
These are the horses. Third division, 3-year-old filly trot. $4,385. There's Racing Stable Blanket, scratch number 1. Make Mine a Legend. Number 2 is Section Line Flame, given by Manuel Miller. Number 3 is Guts to Pay Me and PayPal with Alex Hawk. The 4, Dan's Moon Dancer, Drew Neal drives. At number 5, Kylie Cash, Nick Clegg in the sulky. Horse will take 1, score, and go to the gate in place. Show, Exacted, and Trifecta Way Dream.
I think this is going to be a hard-fought race. He's got a couple nice horses in here. Make Mine a Legend is a scratch, but the 2 is Section Line Flame, Emmanuel Miller up for Herman Hagerman, Hagerman Racing, and Charles Reeve. This is a Catch the Fire filly out of a major in art mare, Section Line Aqua. When you talk about the Section Line horses, this is another one of the Bowder horses. 24 starts on the year, 4 wins, 10 seconds, and 3/3. Has earned $37,000. Has a mark. Last start out at Delaware in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference and 155-2.
3, Gots to Pay Me in Papa. Alex Hawk driving for Melvin Byler and Stephen Butler. 3-year-old Bit of a Legend filly out of the Western Terror mare, 7:30. 1 win in her career it was as a freshman in 57-2 at the Meadows. This year 0 for 26, but 7 third-place finishes, so she still made nearly $12,000, but hasn't hit the exacta in 26 tries.
Drew Neal drives Nan's Moon Dancer for Jessica Milner and Andrew Koblenz, a well-said filly out of Paige Moon Dancer, who's by Island Fantasy. 22 starts on the year, 1 win. That was a mile and 58-1 at Northfield. Last 3 starts has been making breaks. Hadn't had clear lines before that. Had a couple of starts at Northfield Park where she paced in 59-1 and 59-2, but last 3 starts have not been pretty.
5, Kylie Cash, Nick Clegg for Betty Clegg and Kimber Clegg. 3-year-old Fear the Dragon filly out of the Always a Virgin mare, Glorious a Virgin. 15 lifetime wins. She's on her way toward $100,000 in career earnings. She's hit the board in 19 of 30 this year. She's been consistent both years, 2-year-old and 3-year-old for the Cleggs. Has the outside post here, but just to field the 4. And you were talking about the 4, Nan's Moon Dance. You know, it's a shame a horse like that shows 3 races in a row without a break and then has an interference break, and then all of a sudden now she's like learned that she can break, and it's 3 in a row now. So
yep.
She's not the first horse I've seen that happen with these young horses. You know, you get an interference break and then all of a sudden they break 3 starts in a row, and it's like, well, you never broke before, and now
it's in their
mind
head.
And
in their head now.
Field of 4, 3-year-old Pacing fillies. Here's Doug Ballinger.
Field of 4.
Here they come. They're off and Pacing. Section Line Flame goes to the front. Gots to Pay Me and PayPal comes out in second. Kylie Cash will take a tuck third, moving into the turn. Nan's Moon Dancer gets away fourth. Front to back, they're separated by about 8 lengths. Down the back side they go, and on the front end, showing away. Nan's Moon Dancer by 2. Up the back side, Gots to Pay Me and PayPal. Kylie Cash next and third. Trailing the field, Nan's Moon Dancer on the front end. Section Line Flame and Manny Miller. Section Line Flame have the lead. That's to Pay Me and PayPal second. Kylie Cash is next and third. Nan's Moon Dancer trails the field. 1:30 and a 5th as they race around the turn. Manny Miller is the 3-year-old Bay filly, but Catch the Fire. Section Line Flame on the front end. Nose to helmet, Kylie Cash. Right there, third. Nan's Moon Dancer passing the stands first time. Coming on over to the halfway point. Section Line Flame on top. 3 back. Gots to Pay Me and PayPal. Kylie Cash is next and fourth. Trailing the field, Nan's Moon Dancer. They're halfway home. Section Line Flame has a 3-length lead. Gots to Pay Me and Peepaw second. Kylie Cash third, trailing the field. Nan's Moon Dancers, he raced on over to the 5/8 mark. Halfway home, 101 4/5. Down the backside to the final time, going to the 3/4 mark. Section Line Flame, the leader by 3.5. Gots to Pay Me and Peepaw second. Kylie Cash third. Racing fourth, Nan's Moon Dancer across the backside. Section Line Flame has about 4.5. Gots to Pay Me and Peepaw next. Kylie Cash third. Nan's Moon Dancer trails the field at the 3/4 in 1:31. Midway round the turn, Section Line Flame. They're all chasing him as it comes to the top of the stretch. Kylie Cash is closing and coming after him with every stride. Gots to Pay Me and Peepaw. They're off the turn. Section Line Flame needs the line and needs it quickly. Kylie Cash is coming after that leader, but answering the call, Section Line Flame. Kylie Cash, Gots to Pay Me and Peepaw, and Nan's Moon Dancer. The mile in 2:02.
2:02, Section Line Flame, 5th win of the year in 25 starts. Won just a few days back at Delaware in 55-2 and out here in 2-2. Unfortunately, Nan's Moon Dancer made that break again here, coming to the half. It'll take a little bit to figure out what's going on with her.
And she didn't win, but Kylie Cash made up a bunch of ground there to be second. About right at the top of the stretch, I thought it was going to get pretty close, but the two responded when needed. Get Manny Miller a win for Herman Hagerman. It's Manny's first on the day.
Won with this horse. He drove this horse at Delaware. We were thinking that it was his first win, but he had won last year at Delaware. So it's always exciting to get a win at Delaware, but your first win is pretty super good.
Yeah, I mean, back to the jug. Ronnie's probably won 30 races there at Delaware at least, and I'm sure nothing will come close to that ever again.
Yeah.
Back in front of the stands. Moving into the deck, find him in the middle circle.
Number 2, Section Line Flame. She's a 3-year-old bay filler to catch the fire. Out of it, Major Nightmare, Section Line Aqua. She's owned by Hagerman Racing, Charles K. Reed. Herman Hagerman trains Manny Miller in the sulky. Second one of the drive from Manny. Second winning drive of the day, 2:02. Race sponsored by Harris Racing Stable. Results are official. Number 1 is Scratch. Number 2, Section Line Flame, the winner. Number 3, Gots to Pay Me and Peepaw, 3. The 4, Nan's Moon Dancer, 4. 5, Kylie Cash, 2. 2:02. 30 and a 5th for the quarter. The half, 101 4. 3/4, 131 1. Scratch, 134. 2 on the bottom. 16th is coming up next. It's up in about 10 minutes. Win, play, show. Exact and trifecta wagering. Number 2, Ivy's Legacy will be driven by Emmanuel Miller. Emmanuel Miller will drive number 2, Ivy's Legacy. Number 5, Muscle Money. Chris Hirschberger. Chris Hirschberger will drive number 5, Muscle Money. Bring them on, Muscle.
Looks like Section Line Flame might be a little bit of a handful after her race, because I saw about 3 people come running pretty fast to give Manny a hand and with her in the winner's circle, so she must be a little bit of a handful.
It's those darn fillies.
It is. I fully agree. I know that sounds sometimes bad, but fillies, trotting fillies, they're just like that. 16th coming up. We have 2 changes to let you know about. Ivy's Legacy will be driven by Emmanuel Miller, and Muscle Money, the 5-horse, will be driven by Chris Hirschberger. And that's the only changes we know about. We'll be right back to look at the horses in the 16th after this.
Make summer memories this year at the Ohio County Fairs. The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association will be live streaming every race this year, and we want you to be there. Be a part of the excitement with the 2025 Ohio County Fair Racing Passport. Stop by the OHHA broadcast location in the grandstand to pick up your passport and stamp. Get stamps at every fair you attend. Prizes will be awarded to those that attend the most racing programs. Get your passport at the first fair you attend or call the OHHA office at 614-221-3650. Harness Racing, the fastest ride at the fair.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-
Welcome back to the Tuscarwaras County Fair in Dover, Ohio. Final three. We've made it to the 16th pretty quickly here, 3 o'clock. So we were averaging basically 4 races an hour. So
not too bad. Doug's been saying that there's something out here tonight, so we've got to get off the track.
I think that's made up.
You think he's just making that up to push
No, there
it?
is the tractor pull tonight or truck pull, whatever it is. So they've already got some of the signs out there on the ground ready to go in, and
probably have to set up these giant cement blocks. Probably have to move those around a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to pick one of those up, I don't think.
No. Those are pretty big, heavy things. It's 18 races today, 12 tomorrow. 12 will be a short day tomorrow.
Yeah, at this pace should be done before 2 o'clock.
Yeah. But you said that they're having a concert tomorrow, so they will have to get set up for that.
Yeah, the speed superintendent told me that the concert really asked for them to be done. You know, they need a few hours to set up and test all the equipment, so.
They went to sleep, didn't they? Yep. They went to sleep. Truott, hometown of Cold Stake, $3,034.
Logan don't even know. You want to tell Mike to send this like that?
Hey, Mike, we're trying to post parade, and I think we have horses all over the place. Yeah, I don't know if you could yell at them.
Beginning with number 3, Magical Gold, Jason Thompson. Here's the 2, Ivy's Legacy, Manny Miller drives. Number 1, I'm Your Romance, Logan Ebersol.
I appreciate everything you're doing over there. You're doing a great job, man.
Number 4, Princess Caroline with Drew Neal. And 5, Muscle Money. Chris Hirschberger in the sulky. Or to take one score and go to the gate. Win, play, show, exact and try on the 16th. 3 minutes to post, 3 minutes. Have that 17 ready.
Okay, let's take a look at the fillies in this race. I'm Your Romance, Logan Eversole drives for Doug Ryan. Doug Ryan owns this Marseille filly along with Richard and Thomas Ryan. She's out of a Yankee Romance, a Yankee Glide mare, Yankee Romance. 5 starts on the year, has 1 third-place finish, has been making some breaks out and about. She did at Canton have a nice flat mile, finished 3rd, trotted in 2:08.
2 Ivy's Legacy, Manny Miller driving for Mike Spearman and Philip Spearman. A 2-year-old filly by Major Athens out of the nearly done mare Maddie's Legacy. 0 for 9 in her career. Did finish 2nd most recently at Delaware in 1:59. 3 seconds, 3/3 in her 9-start career.
Magical Gold make the driver Jason Thompson for Scotty Cox. William Mast, Eden Acres Farmstead, Green Wave Racing, and Jay Mast all own this What the Hill filly. It's out of an Archangel mare, Magical Angel. 11 starts on the year, 3 wins in a row, and those were back-to-back-to-back at Worcester, Canfield, and Canton. It's already earned $14,335, and that mark at Canfield of 2, 3, and 3.
4 Princess Carolyn, Drew Neal driving for Rosie Weaver, comes with Heartland Acres, 2-year-old filly by Creatine, and the credit winner mare Social Success. Back-to-back wins for her at Upper Sandusky and Delaware in 58 and 3. She's clocked down at Scioto in Sire Stakes Company in 57 and 1, finishing 7th, 3 back, 3 for 10 in her career.
And from the outside, Muscle Money and Chris Hirschberger for Scotty Reed. Scotty's also the owner. This is a Ready for Money out of a Muscle Hill mare. I want my $2. 8 starts on the year, has a 3/3. Last start out, she was 5th, but did trot in 2:09 that start.
Couple of maidens in here. 1, 2, and 5. 3 and 4 have all won. The 4 Princess Carolyn, they really tried her on the Sire Stakes circuit for a long time, but obviously she showed some ability to keep going in there. You know, 2nd in the state fair, and then broke at Northfield from post 8, broke at Scioto behind the gate, and then just race maybe went too fast for her there on the first, but dropped her to the fair ranks, and she's responded with 2 nice wins.
And a shame, you know, they knew she had some talent, and then when you get those breaks in there, that kind of messes you up for a few starts.
Yeah, and very limited number of races in the Sire Stakes. You get 5 shots, so, you know, you break in 2 of them, and you maybe draw bad in 1, then all of a sudden you don't have enough points to make the final, so you move on to a spot where, you know, maybe she can get some points to get into like the fair consolation or something.
Make a little bit of money before the end of the year. We have a few horses that are still up for the Triple Crown that won both the Ohio State Fair and the Ohio Breeding Championship. I can't remember who they are right now, but we do have a couple still in contention for that.
Well, you'll have 2 minutes to think about it, 'cause here's Doug Ballinger with the 16th.
They're up and trotting. Ivy's Legacy goes for the lead off stride. Magical Gold racing on the outside. Princess Caroline on the inside. I'm Your Romance, the early trader. Muscle Money. On over to the opening 8th, they trot. Drew Neal's going to put Princess Caroline on the front end and guide him up the backside. Ivy's Legacy will take the 2-hole trip. I'm Your Romance is next. Magical Gold racing second to last up the backside. Muscle Money on top of the field and showing away. Princess Caroline by a length. Ivy's Legacy will get that 2-hole trip. Racing third is I'm Your Romance. 4th is Muscle Money, and Magical Gold can see them all by the opening quarter, and leaving 30 seconds as it reaches midway round the turn. Princess Caroline, 2-year-old brown filly, looking for 4th of the year, has the lead for Neal, leads the way, but 3.5. Make it 4, passing the stands first time. Ivy's Legacy, I'm Your Romance next and third. Magical Gold trailing the field. Racing the lane first time, coming on over the half. Princess Caroline on top. Ivy's Legacy is next. I'm Your Romance third. Muscle Money and trailing up field. Magical Gold at the half of the minute and a fifth. They're all chasing. Princess Caroline up the backside. Ivy's Legacy right there. I'm Your Romance is next. Then it is Muscle Money. Magical Gold continues to trail the field. Off the turn and on to the backside they go with the lead. That is Drew Neal. Princess Caroline. Drew looking for his fifth on the card. Racing next in second. Ivy's Legacy. I'm Your Romance is third. Muscle Money fourth. Magical Gold continues to trail the field at the 3/4 and 1:30 and 2/5 as they race around the turn. Princess Caroline the leader by 4.5. Then it is Ivy's Legacy in second. I'm Your Romance is next. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Princess Caroline. Drew Neal drawing away. Princess Caroline gets Drew Neal is fifth on the card. Ivy's Legacy is second. Home third. I'm Your Romance.
Full hand of wins for Drew Neal.
Mile 2:01.
2:01 for Princess Caroline. What are they? Is it one for the thumb, right?
One for the thumb.
5 wins for Drew Neal. 4 wins on the year for Princess Caroline. Fastest was 58.3 at Delaware just earlier this week and comes right back here in 2:1.
Rosie's first 3 horses of the day won. Had a little bit of a slow middle, and then her last horse of the day wins. So bookend double for Rosie.
I do know one of those horses that is up for the Triple Crown, and that is Big Ranger, Ronnie Gillespie's horse. He won the Ohio State Fair in 56 and won the Ohio Breeder Championship in 56 and 2.
Is one of Burke's one of them? Rick Winker Swingtown?
I don't know for sure. I can't remember. I don't have all my programs with me, so don't know.
Back to the winner's circle is the 4, Princess Caroline.
Circle. One of the 16th, 5th Division, Jerome Philly Trot. Bunch McConley, Elliott, Law Firm, number 4, Princess Caroline, Gerald Brown Phillip by creatine out of the Social Success Mare. 4th win and 11 tries this year. Drew Neal drives for Rosie Weaver and Artland Akers. Mile 2:01. In the winner's circle, Smoke and Bowl. It's official. Number 1, I'm Your Romance 3. 2, Ivy's Legacy 2. The 3, Magical Gold 5. 4, Princess Caroline, the winner of the 5. Muscle Money 4. The time 2:01. 30 seconds, a minute and a fifth. 1:30 and 2/5. 3:25. 1:4 on the bottom. 7th race up next. 4th division of the 3-year-old filly trot. The Snickers, Dublin's Martini, Stars McCrown, Congo and Kenna.
Another horse that is still alive for that Triple Crown is in the 2-year-old colt pacing division, Crocodile Station. Michael Hitchcock trains. He won the Ohio State Fair in 52 and 3 and won the Ohio Breeder Championship. Ronnie ran up in 52 flat. So I know those 2. We've probably got tons of people telling us, but I can't touch my phone. So
Yeah, I'll look during the
See
break.
if
We have
anybody
the
else
late
has.
double to go
Yeah.
when we get back.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's.
Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigD'sWeb.com. Sign up for text messaging and receive $10 off your order. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Okay, welcome back. We're at the 17th race, the 3-year-old filly trot, 4th division of these Home Talent Colt Stakes. They are giving a bunch of second chance winners away. They're giving them $25 gift certificates to here and there. We got one of our regulars here right next to us just won one. He was clapping like crazy. So they do a nice job of keeping the public entertained here. They've got a great program. They've got all sorts of interesting stuff in their program, and at the front of underneath the grandstand, when you walk up, there's a life-size horse there hitched up to a jog cart, and it says harness racing Friday and Saturday at 11 a.m. So it's pretty cool. What they do here. The program, as I said, is great. All sorts of harness racing information in it.
Yeah, I saw the horse on my way to the bathroom, and looks pretty realistic for a statue of a horse.
Yep.
I just skimmed through the comments. The only one I saw was Big Ranger. It's Ronnie Gillespie's. So now the third, they have to win the Sire Stakes final.
Yes.
Scarlet Championship.
Yep, that'll be the final jewel in the Triple Crown.
That's next week at Dayton?
Mm-hmm. Next Saturday
So they have.
night.
Wait a second. They have the fair card and then the Sire Stakes card on the same weekend?
No.
Or the fair card is Buckeye weekend?
Buckeye weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, and it's on Sunday. Sunday, like, depending on how many they have, they either start at 11 or 1, depending on the amount of races, because they usually, I think that's a 16-race paddock, and if they have more than 16 races, then they have to.
Boy, that must be nice. 16-race paddock. We have a 3.
I know. I know. It is. I'm so happy with the new paddock at Scioto Downs. It's just fantastic.
It looks incredible on TV every time they show the shot in the paddock when they're getting ready or coming on out. So kudos to them on that.
Such nice wide aisleways. The fans, they have those big fans, those big, fans they call them, and just keeps the air moving all the time. It's very, very comfortable in there. It was almost like you didn't want horses to come in and poop in there because it was so clean and pretty when the first horse came in.
Yeah, it's tough to have nice things in the horse business because the horses are going to chew it. They're going to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
But it'll look nice for the pictures before it all starts.
Yeah. It was very pretty the day they had the grand opening.
I keep looking over in the top of the stretch there, that mini little Ferris wheel.
Oh, yeah. That is
Must
cute.
be for the kids.
That is
Because there's
cute.
a bigger one right here.
Yeah.
Steve-O, I think he's shooting
Can
it
you
over
get
there.
it?
The little mini, it looks like a hamster wheel. It's so small.
4 out, for 1 more
Doug Ballinger is trying to move them around. He had a long week at Delaware too. He was there every day, and he stuck with us last night to clean up, get all the stuff loaded up. And we thought we were being real smart this year. We rented a van to put everything in, and we thought, well, when the van goes home, it'll be empty. The van was still full, and I'm just not sure how that happened, because we emptied out a lot of stuff, giving away all the T-shirts and all the snacks. But the van was still full, so they had to pick that up this morning and empty that out.
Horses are on the track for the 17th race, the 4th division. 3-year-old filly trot for $3,277. Like by Tuscarwaras County Fair, field of 5, number 1 Peter Butter Cupcake. Manny Miller driving. Number 2, Count on Kenna with Braden Rhodes. The 4, Dublin's Martini, Nick Clegg driving. Number 5 is Miss Snickers with Logan Ebersol. Here's a 3, Stars in My Crown. Drew Neal is in her sulky. Field of 5 will take one score and go to the gate. In place show, the exacted trifecta on the 17th. You got 3 minutes.
Hey, Peanut Butter Cupcake, Manny Miller drives for Art Gillum Jr. Chad Sloan and Herbert Hall are the owners. This is an Uncle Peter out of ML Cupcake, who's by Master Levesque. 23 starts on the year, 3 wins, 8 seconds and 2/3. Has earned $36,000 plus this year as a 3-year-old. Had 3 starts back, 1 at McConnellsville in 2, 2, and 4. She also won at Northfield Park, which is her mark, 58-3.
2, Count on Kenna, Braden Rhodes for Bill Rhodes and Marvin Raber. This is a 3-year-old filly by Full Count out of Muscle Mass Mare. Hall and Bank. 4 wins here in 2025, including a numbers of 1 back at Northfield in 2 minutes, 4/5. The mark is 59-2.
Stars in My Crown, Drew Neal up for Herman Hagerman, Anthony Miller, and Hagerman Racing. A Marseille out of All for One, who is a Swan for All. 25 starts this year, 10 wins, 4 seconds, 2/3. It's almost $64,000 in earnings and a mark of 155-1 taken at Scioto. 1, 2 starts back at Upper Sandusky in 2, 2, and 4.
4 is Dublin's Martini, Nick Clegg for Betty Clegg and Kimber Clegg. 3-year-old Uncle Peter filly out of the Credit Winner Mare Perfect Martini. 8 lifetime wins, 7 this season. The fastest 2:01 and 2 at Bucyrus.
And Isaiah Shrake turns out Miss Snickers, what Logan Ebersol will drive for the Cookie Ladies of Navarre, Ohio. A Band's Gold Chip filly, 18 starts on the year, has not got a win yet, but a bunch of thirds. 8/3 has already made $11,000.
And here's Doug Ballinger with the call, the 17th.
Here they come.
That's pretty good drama right there.
Boy, I drove by a few times.
They're off and trotting. Stars in My Crown and Drew Neal go right out to the front. Count on Kenna on the inside, protects that inside position. Peter Butter Cupcake racing 3rd. Dublin's Martini is 4th, and Miss Snickers trails the field. Trotting on over to the opening 8th, and on top, Count on Kenna, the 2-hole trip, the Stars in My Crown. Across the backside, Peter Butter Cupcake is 3rd. 5 off the lead is Dublin's Martini, and trailing the field, Miss Snickers, straight alignment, going to the opening quarter. Count on Kenna by a length. Stars in My Crown. Peter Butter Cupcake. Dublin's Martini. Miss Snickers trails the field by the quarter and 29 4/5. They race around the turn, showing the way. Count on Kenna, the 3-year-old Bay filly by Full Count, has the lead. The 2-hole trip right there second. It Stars in My Crown. Peter Butter Cupcake comes to the outside for Manny Miller, racing next and 4th. Dublin's Martini. Miss Snickers trails the field halfway home, and on the outside, coming after later, Stars in My Crown. The inside, Count on Kenna leads it by a neck. Stars in My Crown on the outside second. Peter Butter Cupcake 3rd. Off a half in a minute. Dublin's Martini 4th. Miss Snickers is 5th. Down the backside they trot by a neck. Count on Kenna on the outside, racing second. Stars in my crown. Peter Butter Cupcake ready to come 3 wide. Dublin's Martini fourth. Miss Snickers trails the field. 3 of them into the far turn. Peter Butter Cupcake getting outside. Count on Kenna. Stars in my crown. 3/4 and 1. 31 and 2 around the far turn, little better than 1/8 of a mile. Count on Kenna, the leader on the outside. Peter Butter Cupcake, Stars of My Crown is third. They're off the turn, they're on their way home. Peter Butter Cupcake, the inside. Count on Kenna, battling back. Count on Kenna's almost there. Count on Kenna, Peter Butter Cupcake. Miss Snickers, Stars of My Crown. Dublin's Martini. Two minutes, 3/5.
Braden Road showed up for 1 drive. It's a winner.
That was a battle down there. That Manny looked like he was going to get him, and then Count on Kenna just fought right back.
Yeah, at the top of the stretch, I thought for sure Cupcake was going by, but Count on Kenna digs in under some serious pressure and picks up the victory, her 5th of the year.
3/4 time should be 1:29.2. 1:29.2. 3/4. 29.4. 1 minute. 1:29.2. 2 minutes. 3/5.
We have got trailers lined up to leave here. I imagine a lot of people are headed back to race up at Northfield tonight.
Yeah. Myself included.
Yeah, you and Steve can. Oh, not Steve. No.
Steve's lucky. He's off tonight.
Tomorrow he's got to get back early.
Back in front of the stands, Adapt Vitamin and Minerals, the winner's circle. Your winner of the 17th, the 4th division.
Billy Trot for $3,277. Number 2, Count on Kenna. She's a 3-year-old Bay filly, the full count of a muscle mass mare, all in back. 5th of the season, Marvin Reber, Preston, Ohio, Bull Rose trains. Braden Rose in the sulky. The time 2 minutes, 3/5. Like by the Tuscarwaras County Fair. Number 1, Peter Butter Cupcake, 2. Number 2, Count on Kenna, the winner of the 3 Stars in My Crown, 4. 4 Dublin's Martini, 5. The 5 Miss Snickers, 3. 2 minutes, 3/5. 29 and 4. 1 minute, 1:29 and 2. 2-1-4-5-3 on the bottom. 18th and final is up next. Field of 4, no changes. Win place exact and try. Win place exact and try on the 18th.
Plan to join us tomorrow. 11 o'clock post. 12 races.
17 in the books. We've
One more.
made it to the finale. And we'll bring it to you after these messages.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
Welcome back to Tuscarawas County Fair. Horses are on the track for the finale. It's going to be a second for the post parade. They're all on the backstretch, but we have made it to race 18. Got to give the horsemen some credit. They did rip through these pretty good. 3:30 for 18 races. Pretty impressive, I think. Especially with a 5-10 minute delay in the one race.
Right.
With the recall and everything. So, yeah, they really moved quickly.
Short field for this race, only 4 in it. The 2-year-old filly Pacers, 3rd division.
And here are the horses.
On the track for the 18th race, the 3rd division of the 2-year-old filly pace, hometown of Colt Stakes, $4,447. Number 1 is Deborah L. She's driven by Hank Levan. Number 2 is Pink Bubbles, the driver Brady Clemens. Number 3, Some Bad Girl, Darren Harvey up. And number 4, Juliet Capulet. Nick Clegg is in her sulky. As we take one score and go to the gate. Win place.
So from the rail out, we have Deborah L. and Hank Levan. Hank is also the trainer for Levan, Hurley Racing, R. Freeze, and M. Levan. This is a racing hill out of a Western Terramare private performance. 19 starts on the year, 1 win. That was at Richwood in 2-3-2. Has 3 seconds and 6 thirds for earnings of $20,000.
Number 2 is Pink Bubbles, great name. Brady Clemens drives for Eric Nesselrode and owner Susan Offenberger. 2-year-old filly by Lather Up out of the Ponderosa mare Pink Magic. She's hit the board in 8 of her 10 tries. Win at McConnellsville by 6 lengths there in 2:04 and 3. Has a fastest clocking of 1:59 at Piketon.
Some Bad Girl, Darren Harvey drives and trains for Alan Miller. A summa cum laude out of John's Bad Girl, who is by Big Bad John. 5 starts on the year, 4 seconds. We've got 4 seconds all in a row. Ashland, Worcester, Canfield, and Canton paced anywhere from 2 minutes and 4/5 to 2:2 in those 2 second place finishes.
4, Juliet Capulet, Nick Clegg for Betty Clegg and Kimber Clegg. 2-year-old Fear of the Dragon filly out of the Always a Virgin mare Lady Capulet. 8 of 21. She hit the board in 16 of those 21 tries. The fastest clocking is actually a qualifier, but she has won 8 pari-mutuel or non-pari-mutuel fair races, but has the outside post here, so she'll probably need to come from off the pace. It's been a while since she won. The last win was at Mount Gilead on August 25th. Well, it was a lot of starts ago. It wasn't necessarily long ago.
Right. Not long in time. So you see everybody loading up their trucks and trailers. As we said, they're waiting at the gate to get out. Everybody will be in a rush probably. A lot of these guys have horses in at Northfield tonight.
They got the fancy trucks already on their way in for the truck pull tonight, too.
Oh,
You can see that big trailers on the backstretch.
Oh, yes.
And for the final time, they're behind the Mike Webkenberg starting gate. Here's Doug Ballinger.
The gate swings into the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Some Bad Girl going right to the front. Deborah L. protects that inside position. Juliet Capulet on the outside. Then it is Pink Bubbles as they move into the opening turn. Some Bad Girl, Juliet Capulet, Deborah L. Pink Bubbles. Down the backside, Juliet Capulet, Nick Clegg up on the outside. Some Bad Girl second, third Deborah L. Fourth Pink Bubbles, straight alignment, going to the quarter, front to back, separated by 5. Some Bad Girl, Darren Harvey wants the front end and he's going to get it. Juliet Capulet second, Deborah L. third. Racing fourth and trailing the field, Pink Bubbles. Opening panel was paced in an even 30 seconds. Round the turn to the 3/8, Darren Harvey, Some Bad Girl have the lead. Racing second, Juliet Capulet racing third. Deborah L. moving to the outside. Pink Bubbles and Brady Clemens as he passed the stand for the first time and come on over to the half. And Deborah L. first up for Levan. Now second on the outside, Some Bad Girl. On the outside, Deborah L. the inside. Juliet Capulet the outside. Pink Bubbles. 2 in, 2 out. They're halfway home. Off a half to half as they race to the 5/8 mark. Down the backside they go, and on top of the outside, Deborah Ellis grabbed the lead. The inside, Juliet Capulet second. On over to the 3/4 mark, Pink Bubbles on the outside. Stride for stride on the front. Inside, Some Bad Girls grabbed the lead. Deborah L. second. Up the inside, Juliet Capulet. The outside, Pink Bubbles. Moving into the turn, Some Bad Girl. They followed by Zuma Kalade.
130 and 2/5.
3/4 and 130 and 2/5. A little better than 1/8 of a mile. Some Bad Girl. Here comes Juliet Capulet third. Deborah L. on the outside. Pink Bubbles. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Some Bad Girl. Juliet Capulet. Pink Bubbles on the outside. Coming the line. Some Bad Girl. Darren Harvey to take the third division of the 2-year-old filly pace. Juliet Capulet second. Pink Bubbles third. Deborah L. home fourth.
Maiden Breaker.
How fast? The mile 2:01 3/5.
2:01 and 3 for Some Bad Girl. First lifetime win out of 6 starts now. Has 4 seconds to go with that, though. She's been right there knocking at the door. Just couldn't get that win before.
She didn't win, but it was a crafty drive by Nick Clegg on the 4, too. Kind of buried and then tipped outside, but no match for the 3 Some Bad Girls. She's been getting better every start, and she parlayed it to a victory today.
Never had a bad race,
No.
since she started. I mean, she did make a little break at the half early at Wellington, but still came out and finished third in that race.
And then 4 straight seconds, and now a victory.
I don't know about you, but it was a really beautiful drive up here. The leaves are just starting to turn, so the trees are really pretty. And I came up 70 and 77, I think it was, and it's just a nice, pretty drive up here to Dover.
Third division, Ohio Colt Stakes, home talent stake, 2-year-old filly pace for $4,447. Number 3, Some Bad Girl. She's a bay filly by Zuma Kalade. Out of the big bad John there. John's Bad Girl, her first career win. Lifetime mark, 2:01 and 3. Alan J. Miller, Millersburg, Ohio runs. Darren Harvey trains and drives the winner. 2:01 3/5. Gamaliel Welch, Title Company blanket. Number 1, Deborah L. 4. 2 Pink Bubbles 3. The 3 Some Bad Girl the winner. 4 Juliet Capulet 2. 30 seconds, 1:02, 1:30 and 2/5. Top down 4:3-1-2 on the bottom. Well, that's a wrap for this Friday.
Okay, that's it for us too. So for Kenny Livingston, Steve, and the entire OHH team, thanks for spending part of your day with us, and have a great evening. We will see you right back here at 11 o'clock tomorrow.